Happy New Year, everybody. This is Greg here from London Bridge Bricks. Good to see you. This is London Bridge Bricks calling, and welcome for being here. Happy New Year, everybody. It's a special one today. It's a Transatlantic live stream, of course, but more importantly, it's not just me. It's our good friend Brandon from over at Brick Hive. Welcome aboard, Brandon.
Hey, how's everybody doing? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everybody. We've got a few people in the chat, which is nice. We've got 8 people waiting, which is lovely. Who we got there? We've got Brick Studio. Hello, Brick Studio. Welcome in. Got your good self, obviously, Brick Hive. We've got Silent Mode. So, yeah. So, how are we doing? Happy New Year, Brandon.
Yes, Happy New Year to you as well.
And what did you get up to last night to see the new year?
Not a whole lot. I went on Haley's live stream for about an hour and then just kind of chilled at home and ate some finger food and then watched the New York ball drop.
Okay, so we over here in London when we do fireworks and stuff like that, and it's all sort of done around the London Eye. So you guys. Do you tune in to something at Baltimore, or you tend to tune in at something that's going on in New York?
New York. That's I mean, like, we have like Baltimore has like fireworks and stuff, and we'll watch that too. But yeah, but it's mainly New York. That's the big thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, we were talking about last night. There's 1.5 million people that go to Times Square for this. This New York event. So, and they start showing up at 8 o'clock in the morning, right? So they're out there for like 14 hours. And we were both wondering, I mean, what do you do if you got to go to the bathroom?
Yeah, well, see, we're lucky because we've got the Thames. So whip your bottom over the side and do your thing. But
yeah, that's what we're starting 2020 off with.
Yeah. Well, put it this way, right? If you need to drink water, and these bottles can be useful for a couple of different things. So you got to go. Anyway, who we got in the chat? Let's have a look. We got the effervescent Garligade. Happy New Year, Garligade. Good to see you here. Yeah, God, yeah. Do you know what? Let's have a before we get down and dirty into what we're building tonight. What did you get for Christmas? What was your thing? Because I've seen you do a few reviews, Brandon, with the stuff like the Mandalorian, which of course is legendary now, and I think you did 1 or 2 other sets as well, didn't you?
Yeah, I did a few 2020 sets. I just happened to get early at Kohl's, and I was trying to spread that word too, because it seemed like Kohl's everywhere had these 2020 sets. And you can even go online and order them. It's pretty cool. But the big thing I got for Christmas was this guy, which I'll be probably starting here in just a few minutes. The donut shop opening.
That's great. Oh man, that was brilliant. Yeah, I've seen that particular set was used in an advert recently for it was part and parcel of Lego's Rebuild the World, where they did a build to give. So it was a charity thing whereby people would go into the various Lego stores around the country and they would build something, some sort of ornate object, festive and Christmas, all that kind of stuff. And then what would they do was to then just do a hashtag, send it to Lego. And then Lego would then distribute brand new sets to people, sort of more needy, people that are in hospital and all that kind of thing. So fabulous calls. But in their advert they did for it, they did some great Lego animations. They used that particular set because you see the donut going across the city, which looks awesome.
I remember that. Yeah.
We've got plenty of people in the chat. Lego the Maniac. Hey, Lego the Maniac. Happy New Year to you, sir. Yeah, this is quite nice actually doing a New Year one, because I think because you did a Christmas one, didn't you? You was definitely online Christmas, and I was like, oh, I really want to do that. But I think in my household it would have been kind of sociably unacceptable. But anyway, but I've got away with this one, so I'm pretty pleased about that. So it's nice, but I'm loving it. I'm loving all the love. We've got 8 people here as well watching, and it's great to have Lego the Maniac. Gallagher, of course, made famous over Christmas with us here in Europe with the European Secret Santa, which obviously you did take part in because you're American, but you, Brandon, was part and parcel of the American one, wasn't you?
Yes, sir.
So
and I got the Yoda's hut.
Oh, that's a really good set.
Yeah, and it's really cool because I actually have one, but now I can make that more, like bigger and a little more realistic in a way. You know what I mean? Because because the back of it's open, and I mean, I hate that. So
you know what? Because I know you're into your mocks and stuff like that, but I tell you something I haven't seen, which I think would look pretty good, is if someone did a mock of the hut for that one.
Oh, I have seen one.
Have you? I've not seen one yet.
But I saw it actually on Ryan's M&R channel, and he showed a picture of it, and I agree with what he said. That granted, it's a really cool mock. The technique is great and everything, but it's really, really difficult to capture that cuteness. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To make it look as cute as what it's supposed to look like.
Well, I think the Baby Yodas and stuff like that, I think a couple of people have, because that Baby Yoda is being mocked. Well, there's 2 massive things that are being mocked at the moment around the Lego community, at least with the Star Wars fans, which is what you just said about Baby Yoda. That's definitely one of them. And secondly is is it the Razor Crest?
Yes. I'm going to build that.
Yeah, no, I mean,
if Lego comes out with it before I build it, I'll buy it if it's good enough. But yeah, that ship, I'm gonna have it.
Yeah,
I might even build that before the Star Wars base.
Yeah, the thing is, I really like that Razor Crest. I think it's a really cool looking ship.
Yeah,
and it just sits quite nicely. There's something almost Star Trek about it. I think it's with the nacelles and the way the engines are kind of positioned. But
and I really like the compartments underneath. How you can fit the carbonite. What is it? It's carbon freezing. But you know what I'm talking about? The blocks when they freeze you. You can put those in there. I love that. Hey, titanium.
Oh, we've got Titanium in the house. Hi, Titanium. Welcome to the live stream, my friends. Good to have you here. Oh yeah, so yeah, I think the Mandalorian though. What a lot of people, what I'm hearing now through the grapevine is that it kind of took a lot of people by surprise at Disney that Baby Yoda has been so successful. So they've kind of missed out on this wave of toys and stuff like that for it.
Well, I read that the reason they did that was so they didn't want to spoil it. Just like, I guess I don't have the set, but the ATST Mandalorian set, that the Mandalorian face is just, there's nothing there, you know what I mean? Because they didn't want to obviously reveal his face. Like even Lego wouldn't reveal his face.
I think they just gave him a black head, didn't they?
Yeah. So I think, Lego would have to be stupid not to make like at least a nice wave of Mandalorian sets. Especially like getting a Baby Yoda. Are you kidding me? Dude, Baby Yoda is going to sell like hotcakes here real soon. It already started. I got my wife a shirt for Christmas that's got like 2 Polaroid pictures. And one says like Baby Yoda's first forced choke. And I can't remember what the other one says. Or like
he did force choke someone, which is, but that's the dark side. That's the dark side of force choke.
Yeah.
So everyone's got kind of saying, "Oh yeah, Baby Yoda, really cute and stuff like that." Dude, that could be the next Vader for all we know.
Yeah, right.
We got Decode 666 in the house. Now, if I'm right, Dum, you recently finished your Batmobile 1989 off. Now here, going down, I've still got my one still to do. I'm on bag 14. Now, I know I'm behind the trend here of where you are, Brandon, because I know you finished yours. But I got to say, I'm loving it. Everything about this set, I'm loving it. And recently, I was asked to comment on a website, Bricks Fans. It's fans with FANZ on the end. And what that was all about was it was just basically a look back at the sets from 2019. Now, my favourite set of 2019 by a mile was this one, but it got beaten by a couple of other good ones, actually. One of them was Stranger Things, and the other one was the T-Rex Rampage, Jurassic World, which I've got to say, I do really like those. I personally haven't got them, but respect to those, because a couple of other people probably voted for the Batmobile as well. But I've got to say that all those sets are really good in their own ways. So I'm completely I completely get why they voted for those ones. But also as well, other things like favorite minifigure. Well, my second favorite minifigure was probably this dude, Batman. But my first one I went for something a little bit left field, actually. See if you know who this is. Now, one of the first sets that I built for London Bridge Bricks when Paul and I started, we did the Tantive 4. And for the first time in that set, we got the middle one there. Here we go.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, and that's Bail Organa, which is Princess Leia's father.
Yeah, that's a nice one to add to the collection.
Yeah, and I put him in there because he's just different. Because overall, I just really like the set. And out of all the things I was answering, see, I'm a really big Star Wars fan. So I don't know about you guys and girls out there. Hi, Brick Smith. Brick Smith's in the house. Welcome aboard. It's great to have you here, my friend. I'm a massive Star Wars fan, and so is Paul. But the weird thing is how little we've actually built Star Wars stuff. I built a lot of space stuff. I've built, I'm building these car sets. I've built a lot of space stuff. My second favorite set though of the year was the Apollo Lunar Lander. I really enjoyed that one. I got to say, I thought that was absolutely lovely. And I've got to say, on the back of doing Yoda, I couldn't help myself. But in the Christmas sales, I bought this dude.
Yes, the Porg.
Yeah, I'm pretty cool, man. That was one turkey that got away. But of course, if anyone's actually seen Rise of Skywalker, boom, the Porg, as everyone knows, is
yeah. I'd like to ask you about that. All right, look, everybody, just real quick. I don't know if this is going to be spoilers or not. I need to ask him a question, and it might spoil anything. It might not, but I've got to ask it right now before I forget. What are you talking about with the Porg? Because the only thing I remember about the Porg was when she went back to the island and there were porgs on the island. So what do you mean, like, what are you talking? What, did I miss something? Because I did have to go to the bathroom, so I did miss about like 10, 15 minutes of the movie.
No, really. It was me. I was being facetious, really, because.
Oh, okay, all right. Because I was like, did I miss a scene?
The Porg, and I mean, we're not gonna. I mean, we can talk about spoilers if people don't mind in the chat. We're completely cool with talking about it, but let us know if you haven't seen it. If you don't want us to talk about it.
Yeah, because we don't want to spoil it for anybody. We actually spend enough time now. People are worried or not.
So the reason I was saying that the Porg was the hero of the movie, the star of the movie, did this, did that, is because they didn't do anything. He's just literally there.
Now that makes sense to me.
Yeah. So
I even asked Donna Lee, I was like, honey, do you know what he's talking about? And she's like, you must just be kidding or something. And I was like, yeah, because sometimes I don't pick up humor. I don't know.
It's humor. And I tell you another thing, Brandon, this set, albeit I've got a tiny version of it. So this one here, I've actually got the set. I haven't built it actually. Paul's built it. God, I lose track of what ones we've built and what ones we've. See this here, right? Now, so this is an incarnation of Kylo Ren's command shuttle. As most of you probably know, over the course of the last kind of couple of months, Lego color corrected it because it was grey. In the film, the source material then changed probably at the last minute, and Lego kind of got it wrong, and they went for black. Now, so that set only came out a little while ago, and it came out with some Sith Troopers, some Knights of Ren, and I'm not joking, it appears in the film for about 2 seconds. Because I've seen the film 3 times now. The first 2 times I missed it. And I'm thinking, they must have it in there somewhere. And it is in one scene. And that's when, when General, well, you might remember, you might not. But anyway, General Pride's running into some hangar and he sees their ship there. And he turns around and he says, "Whose ship's this?" That's when they've come up from Pyjama or something like that. They're flown up. And Ray's gone to Kylo's kind of room, I guess you'd call it. His dwelling. Anyway, and Pride runs into the hangar and he says, "Whose ship's this?" And just in the background, out of focus, is this ship, and that's the only time it's in the film.
Interesting.
Anyway, let's have a look at this chat. Let's see what's going on. So we've got Brick Smith in the house. Hello, mate. Welcome, Ball. Deco666. He says, "Yep, I'm dumb. Batmobile is my favourite by far. I had a blast building it. I got a bit confused one time when putting together the front intake. Oh, yeah. Okay. I've got
that. Happened to me too.
Oh, and he says, go ahead with the spoilers. So he's happy for us to talk about it. Garlighead says, Chewie was trying to eat the porg. And that is it, I think. Yeah, in the Star Wars Christmas advent calendar, they had 2 porgs in there. One was a porg that was dressed, all festively, and the other one was Chewbacca actually eating the porg, which I thought was quite funky. Yeah, the porg has got sad eyes, but it's always the eyes that they never seem to quite get right. Lego. They do sometimes, but they don't always. My Yoda, his eyes look quite trance-like. So what I did, Carla, was to I put Brickhead's eyes in, and that works an absolute treat. So that's cool. Deco66 says, "I still think that Baby Frick was the best part of the entire movie." Oh, and Wedge Antilles. Yeah. I like Wedge Antilles. He appeared. Did you spot Wedge in it, Brandon?
Yeah.
And you just had that quick sort of moment. Oh, what else does he go on to say? Baba Frick. Yeah, I really like Baba Frick as well. He kind of did this woo sort of sound, which was quite funky. He did it when he reprogrammed C-3PO, and when what was her name? Was flying in at the end, taking on the Star Destroyer. So I thought it was quite cool. Okay, so Garlagad's asking, what set are you all hyped for this year? Questions to all. Yeah, I agree, Garlagad. Let's open it out. What sets are we looking forward to? Because I'm looking forward to a few things, several things. One of them being our collectible minifigures, albeit now they've gone up to £3.50. So I'll probably collect a couple, and then some of them, the other ones, I'm going to wait until they go in the sale. We've got the LBB news coming out, maybe later today, maybe first thing tomorrow morning. So you'll see our views on there, what we think about all that. Then I've got to say, I'm really getting into the Chinese New Year stuff. Now, very soon, Gala, I'm going to be building this one. So what I'm going to start doing, Gala, is let me stick that on to you. There we go. Look at that. So this is the boat race that came out last year. Now, this particular one I got from a really good friend of mine, Simon, and he brought this over for me from Singapore. Of course, we can get them in this country as well. I think recently, actually, it might even have been in the south because it's got all the new Chinese New Year. So I'm really looking forward to some of those new Chinese New Year sets. Speed Champions, I mean, they look good, but they've had a bit of a price hike as well. So they've gone from £13, I think they are, to £17.99. That said, Garlic, the part count has actually also increased as well. So the part count for a sort of standard Speed Champion is something like 180 pieces and something like 2,000 stickers. And then the new sets have got about 250 because they've gone for a wider stud range. So that's not necessarily a bad thing that the prices have gone up there. The part count has also increased, so that's not necessarily bad. Let's see what the people are saying in here, though. So Brandon Decode 666 says, I'd really like the Razor Crest one, maybe BD1 as well. None of them are confirmed at this point, as far as I know. I agree, Decode. Do you know what? If Lego do not make that particular one, I think they're missing out there. And the thing is, as well, Brandon, with all the hype around the Razor Crest and I almost said Secret Santa then, but Baby Yoda, that Disney Plus is only actually available at the moment in America. Yet The Mandalorian is probably the worst kept secret in the world at the moment, because I think everyone, through some means or other, has kind of seen it. So I think, though, in March, when Disney Plus gets available in Europe and the UK, well, certainly in the UK, I'm not sure about the rest of Europe, I'm presuming it will be. I think then there'll be a second wave of maybe a set, but certainly the hype, they can pick up on the hype, and Disney can maybe learn from one or two mistakes that they've made with the toy sets and stuff like that. So I think that's quite cool.
Yeah, the Razor Crest, I mean, I might be eating my words later, but I don't feel like they're going to put out a good enough set that I'm going to want for the Razor Crest, unless it's like an Ultimate Collector Series.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't see that happening. I mean, it's possible. I just think it's kind of improbable. Because there's only two ships that I've really wanted as far as the Ultimate Collection Series goes, and that's the Millennium Falcon, but I don't have the $800, to buy it. And then now is the Razor Crest. So I think I'm just gonna make my own. At least I'm gonna try. I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna be that good of a mock builder yet, but yeah, I think I'm probably gonna like just about any of the Mandalorian sets that will come out.
Yeah, should we try and have a look at some of those Razor Crest sets? Because let's try and have a look at some of those mocks. Let's see if I can.
Because I know Rich Boy J made one, but I've seen a couple more floating around. I just don't know who made them. I imagine there's probably one on Brick Vault already.
No, I haven't seen one on Brick Vault, and Brick Vault have been a bit quiet for the last 2 weeks. Let's take a look. So
I just figured with all the mocks they have, I figured they probably have one here pretty soon.
Okay. Well, let's do this. So here on screen now, we've got some of these. So these are some mocks. Let me just pop back to this. And these are all the mocks that are out there at the moment for the Razor Crest, everyone. I'm saying that, I've just Googled it, and this is what's come up. I mean, look at that. From the back end, that looks fabulous.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man. Like, I need that minifigure scale when I get that. I have to have a minifigure scale.
See, your set has got a donut in it, and that's what they're reusing as donuts there. And that donut, I mean, that's quite big.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a pretty decent size. I'm seeing some really nice micro scale ones as well.
Yeah, there are some nice smaller ones as well. Yes.
Do you know what I like about it though?
What
I like about it is that it's just perfect for the Star Wars universe. Let's have a look on that on full screen. Can we get the full screen on there, or is that going to take us away somewhere? Let's take a look. Here we go. So this is on Reddit, and there it is. There, it's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's very nice. Okay, cool. So let's come out of that.
I mean, because I've always been a fan of ships, and again, like I've said many times, Lego ships is what brought me back into Lego. Or Star Wars ships is what brought me back into Lego.
Yeah, that's nice. Oh, that is him, Rich Boy.
Yeah.
So people check out his channel because he does some really good stuff. Like his stuff. I think he works for Lego as well, somewhere in the. I think it's Texas. He's from. But anyway, yeah, back to us. So yeah, I think the Razor Crest is a really nice looking one. Let us know what you guys and girls think out there about the Razor Crest. So moving on, Titanium 52 says, I'm hyped for the Ninjago Thunder Raider. I'm going to get it later today. Oh yeah, now you're talking. Take some pictures of that Titanium. I'd love to see that up on your Instagram, mate. Gargad says, oh yes, I like the Chinese sets as well, the Lion Dance one and the Temple one. Yeah, see, the Temple one is actually really good, a good value for money. I mean, it's fairly expensive. It's £90, so that's probably something around the $110. But you get a lot of parts with that. It's nearly $1,700. So you're getting a lot of Lego. And like the beautiful thing with these Chinese New Year is that you get a lot of minifigs as well, which is great. So happy with that. Yeah, Gargate says very nice mock. Decode66 says in some way Razor Crest reminds me of Serenity. Now that would have been an amazing set.
Yeah, I agree. And actually, I've seen a mock of Serenity, and yeah, it's really big. It's a really big mock. I saw it a few years ago.
So what's Serenity? What show's that from?
Serenity was I think, or was a show called Firefly.
Oh, I've heard of Firefly. Never watched.
Yeah, and then the movie came out called Serenity, but I'm pretty sure that's also what the ship was called, was Serenity. It was a Joss Whedon show.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. So yeah, of course. So yeah, I think what I like about that particular ship is that I don't know why, but it reminds me of like one of the old Lancaster bombers.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So one of those old American World War II planes. I think in America you had a kind of an equivalent. I think they called it something like the Flying Fortress.
Oh, aren't those? Yeah, weren't those like the bombers, like the B-52?
Yeah.
You know, I've heard also people compare the Razor Crest to some Clone War ships.
Oh yeah, that was surprising.
The similar style of
the angling of it is very similar. Yeah, very similar. Yeah, no, definitely is. So yeah, chat. Oh yeah, Firefly. Yeah, Deco says it's Firefly. Oh, that's really cool. Thanks, Firefly.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, as far as stuff that I'm hyped for, I mean, stuff that I know of that I'm hyped for is definitely a bunch of the city stuff that's coming out, like that tow truck thing. The shop, it was like a tow truck shop or something.
Yeah, it's a mechanic shop, isn't it?
Yeah. The ice cream truck, the Bigfoot burger stand truck thing.
That's a free one.
I want the Outback truck set only because I want the animal, and I want the tree trunk thing that you can put on the minifigure. I'm not really too keen on the actual Jeep or whatever it is. I don't know. I just don't like the tiger stripe or the zebra stripe design on it. But yeah, as far as stuff that I don't know about, yeah, I guess probably just anything Mandalorian. I do want that Dorito TIE fighter though.
What the
one with the triangle wings?
Oh, the dagger, the TIE dagger.
Yeah,
well, they called it for some reason or other. They called it, I suppose, because it's got the red trim on it. They called it a Sith. What do they call it? Sith TIE fighter. But
that would kind of make sense, I guess, because it ties into the movie and everything.
But the thing with the film for me and Paul and I were talking about this. The Sith troopers didn't do a thing, and the only thing I would like to have seen explored about that movie is how the First Order troopers, kind of what they felt about the Last Order. That's what they were, but they never went there because I think the film actually could have been about 15 minutes longer, and I enjoyed it. I thought the film was quite good, but of course, like all these things, it's open to interpretation what you think about it and things like that. But
yeah, I mean,
because it wasn't. I thought of you at the end of it. I thought, well, it's not the super happy ending. It's not the Disney sort of, I thought straight away. I thought, oh, Brendan should like that.
I mean, I was emotional. Don't get me wrong. It was sad. For me at least. I mean, I felt sad at the end. not in like a bad way, but just because of a kind of an end to an era kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, like on the surface, I like the movie a lot. But the more I start thinking about it, the more it starts kind of, make my brain hurt.
Yeah, there's a lot of theories in it, but on a slightly happier subject, I suppose. The ice cream van.
Yeah, man. And that's a good deal. It's only $20 for that thing.
Yeah, it's good. It's nice. Look at all the detail you've got with the ice creams.
And I love that sign on top.
Only the best. I like that. Yeah, the sign on top's very cool. I like that. This is quite good though. Only the best. It's got on it.
Oh, nice.
That's quite a nice top as well. I like the torso. You've got the new dogs.
Is that a new dog?
Yeah, I like that.
I wasn't sure if that was a new one or not.
Yeah, there's a few new molds around actually for it. But let's have a look at that. That type, that one that you liked. So what was it? What do they call it? They called it the Sith tie, didn't they? Let's have a look at that. There you are. Let's take a look. Here we go. So this is quite nice, and you get a Knights of Ren there as well, which again in the film they really didn't explore them too much at all, but they were there at least.
Yeah, I don't remember them.
Yeah, I mean they didn't do anything. I mean, recently on Instagram I managed to find out what their names were. I kind of put their few bits and pieces on there about that, but otherwise, yeah. It didn't do a lot, and this is nice. You know what I'd like to see actually? I'd like to see them do a new play version of the B-Wing, because that was in the film a few times, so that was nice. Anyone out there would like to get us to see any sets for them up on the sets that they're looking out for? Let's have a look at the Chinese New Year. Those ones are quite nice.
I like that really big Chinese New Year set.
Yeah. Here we go. This is the really big one. Oh, look, the Lucky Cat. Carla, Gabe, is the Lucky Cat, is that quite a new one, or is that last year's one? Here we go. I mean, look at all the pieces you're getting in this. I mean, it's ginormous. Look at that. This looks really
I love the cherry blossom trees back there.
Yeah. Yeah. And these aren't stickers. These are all prints, by the way. All that there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, what have they used there? The texture on top of that. What is that? They look like tiny little cars. And I tell you what comes in this set, and I don't know if you can see it from here, but there's meant to be a good handful of nano figures.
Oh, really?
Hey, nano figures or micro figures? I forget what they call them. Maybe someone out there in the chat could correct me on that one. Are they nano figures or micro figures? Oh, here we go. I might see them there. Can you see them there? Just in the background there.
Yeah.
That there. There's about, I think there's about 8 of them there in that, which is quite nice. Garner says the flying Doritos. Yeah, this is cute. Ice cream truck. The monster truck burgers is awesome as well. Let's have a look at the burger truck then for Garner.
Yeah, that thing is just ridiculous.
I think that is
I love it.
Burger truck. That's the only thing I would say about this wave is that they are an absolute bundle of monster trucks. Like,
Yeah,
look at that. There we go. But if there's one thing I do like a monster truck, and I do like a burger. So I suppose the inevitability is I'm going to like that. Now this is weird. Look, see there, they've gone for a dog, but they've made it out of Lego instead of giving you a full piece one. So
yeah, what's up with that?
Yeah, it's different, isn't it? You got a little, I say burger, a small burger. That's probably your typical American burger, Brandon, would you say?
Yeah.
That's definitely to scale. And but yeah, no, it looks fabulous. Monster burgers. Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, fabulous. So yeah, some really nice sets. I do like the range of sets that have come out. I like the alternative builds. See alternative build for that. Yeah, so the 3-in-1s I always think can be a bit hit and miss, but there's always a gem in there, and that is definitely one of the gems. Anyway, so let's just do that for now. So that's cool. Yeah, very nice. So anyway, let's try and do some building. What else is going on out there in the chat? Says the tyres for the table is a very neat idea. Yeah, I agree, Gallagher. I think it's really nice. Deco says, I'd love to get my hands on the set Audi Quattro. Yes, now you're talking. I'll tell you what, let's take a look at that in just a tick.
Yeah, I was eyeballing those too.
That's do you know what? Out of all the ones, there's a Ferrari, there's a Nissan. I don't know what other ones there are actually off the top of my head. Oh yeah, there's the Jaguars. Do you know what? They're all okay. But my favourite by an absolute mile is the Audi Quattro.
Yeah.
Let's see if I spell that one.
Yeah, that's a cool car.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah.
And I think there's one that I think it's like an 85 version.
Yeah. This is why I like it. It's retro. It's quite slightly squared off, obviously, because it's Lego, I suppose. But I don't know. They come out really good. Let's pop over and take a little look at that one, shall we? Here we go. So
yeah, that's so awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it looks fabulous, doesn't it? You've got the Audi logo there, the Audi team, Quattro. I mean, God, it used to be a thing back in the 80s, you know, I'm just going to go outside and fire up the Quattro, you know, all this kind of stuff. I love it. Let's take a look, I mean, from the back end. And I'll tell you what, Deco, I reckon something like an RS Mexico Mark II Escort, Ford Escort would look really good in Lego.
Yeah, I agree.
I think they look brilliant. Look at that. And it's brilliant. And look what we've got here, girls and boys. We have ourselves 2 seats.
That just looks nice, man. I like that color scheme.
Yeah, it just looks fab.
And even with the 2 seats in there, it still looks pretty roomy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Considering.
The lights look good at the front. I'm liking that. I mean, they've done some clever stuff. I mean, 2, 4, 6, 8. I mean, straight away they're using, I think they're using some new chassis and stuff like that for this lot. But yeah, it looks good. It looks good. Let's have a look underneath it. Oh, here we go. So there's everything there. Look, it's got the handbrake, the gear stick. Do some handbrake skids in that. Yeah, it looks good. I like it. It's very nice. Let's have a closer look at his. I mean, there's some decent printing going on the torso. Nothing's too special. There's nothing on the arms or anything like that. I mean, it's quite plain. But what I like about that, Brandon, is that the coloration of the figure is perfect with the car.
Oh yeah,
isn't it?
So, yeah, and that's a nice little detail. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's definitely a highlight for me. That one. Back to us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Gabe, the price for the Quattro and the Speed Champions in general have gone up, but it's because the part count has gone up on it as well. So where they used to be £13 for roughly 180, they're now £17.99 for about 250. And of course, like all Speed Champion sets, you get like a gazillion stickers as well with them. But we'll see. I'm sure they'll get. I think they're getting quite good reviews. The Ferrari looks particularly good, and I guess with the additional 2 studs width, I'm not sure how deep they are, but with that, of course, you get more detail, more ability for detail. So I know there's quite a lot of people in the community that doesn't like it, but what I would say actually about the Speed Champions and the 6 studs is that there is another dual pack that's coming out from Lego in regards to Lego City, and this car set, and they are 6 studs, and they look quite good actually. They're just sort of fast sports cars. Titanium J 52 says, I just got the 2013 Ninjago Thunder Raider off the shelves. I'm excited to compare it to the new one. Yeah, the new one I think has been done about 2 or 3 times, isn't it? This new one being the 3rd one that's been done. So yeah, look forward to that. Everyone that's kind of watching at the moment, please do subscribe to each other and stuff like that. It's everyone's welcome to sort of join in and subscribe to each other. We kind of always
yeah, we always support that, the supporting each other. Yeah, we always supporting each other.
Yeah, definitely. I think what I've noticed a couple of times recently, and he seems to do it first thing in the morning as I'm getting up around sort of 6:30, is Doc Samson's been doing some live streams as well, which has been nice to see.
Yeah, I've been watching them. I just can't catch them live.
No, that's the thing, because I'm seeing him first thing in the morning. So, man, I mean, that's like middle of the night for you.
Well, I mean, that's not totally true. I've caught him live a couple times, but it's so early in the morning and I'm like laying in bed, half asleep, and I can't turn the volume up because I don't want to wake Donna Lee up. And I'm afraid if I type something in the chat, they're going to say something to me. I'm just not going to hear them, and I'm going to seem rude. So I just watch it and like it, and then go back to sleep.
Yeah. No, definitely. So yeah, well, good stuff.
That's how I know I'm getting older, Greg. Because
I guess so.
not even probably 10 years ago. I mean, I used to never really sleep much at all. Like 4 hours a night was like pretty decent for me. I used to have insomnia really bad, but I don't know. Now I usually can't make it past 1 o'clock or so. No.
Well, certainly, I'm interested to know what's Brandon. I want to know what your New Year's resolution is, but I'm interested to know what everyone else's New Year's resolution is. So yeah, what are you wanting outside of the sphere of the Lego world? What do you want in 2020?
You talking about me or people in the chat?
Yeah, no, go on. You kick us off. What do you want out of 2020? What's your New Year's resolution for it?
I generally don't really make them because I'm afraid I won't be able to keep them, and I think sometimes it puts pressure on me. But I will say that I do want to make my channel as better, the best that it can be. So I would say like a resolution would be just keep improving my channel. But yeah. I don't know if that's I don't know if that's technically a resolution or just a goal, but regardless.
Well, I mean, I think all YouTubers want to do something better. Let's have this down here so you can see what I'm doing.
I do know also I really want to get my health a little bit better as well. Do a little bit better with my diabetes.
Yeah, I've got to say, the thing is, I used to go to the gym sort of like every day, really. And I've got a sort of a slight hip issue at the moment where I'm probably going to have my hip resurfaced at some point during this year. So that's going to be a little bit of time off work and stuff like that. But hopefully after like 3 weeks or so, I'll be back again doing my stuff. So there'll be a bit of downtime for work's concerned. But what I will need to do, the rehabilitation from that will mean that I'll be doing a lot more exercise stuff and getting back to the gym and just stretching and doing physio and stuff like that. So that's all to come. But in terms of quality for our channel, yeah, that is something we want to improve. And I'm going to be taking a leaf out of your book, because when we do speed builds and stuff like that, I really enjoy watching your builds. And one thing I do like about your build is that we don't do is that at the beginning of your builds, you kind of lay the premise of what it is and how much you pay for the set and what your initial thoughts are on it. And we're going to do that. And then what I want to do after I've actually then done the speed build is then go on. And maybe I won't necessarily be on the camera for that, but I'll just do a voiceover or something like that, whereby I'm kind of just giving my thoughts on the set, what the build was like, and do I think it's worth the money? So
that would be nice.
Yeah, so it's just a bit more of a review thing, and that's the kind of thing I want to get into. Now, in regards to the LBB news, we're still gonna continue doing that. That is a lot of work, but we're going to kind of keep it around the 20-minute mark. So somewhere between 18 and say 24 minutes, we'll keep that. And that just means we get a decent bit of news out, but also we can focus on doing other things as well. So, Chief T's in the house. Welcome, Chief T. Nice to see you here, my friend.
Yeah. So, do you have any other other different things that you got planned for the channel, or anything different, or anything? We want
to rebrand it in the sense that we want to sort of update the logo on it and things like that. So, like we've always said, our logo is kind of a good one to get up and going with, and maybe when we're a year old, like 12 months old or something like that, maybe we'll then just kind of we'll have like just before that, we'll have like an illustrator do some stuff for us. So that'd be kind of neat to do.
Well, I mean, what made you decide that? Did you guys not like the logo?
Oh no, we love our logo, and we're going to keep the logo pretty much as it is. But we're just going to go for maybe a more sophisticated picture of it.
Okay.
And like stuff like this, my sig fig. Paul's going to get his sig fig, and
right on.
And we'll get those illustrated as well, so we can incorporate those a little bit more and things like that.
Yeah.
So as far as the channel is concerned, with other things we're going to do, and please, everyone that's out there as well, do let us know if you have any suggestions, ideas for Brick Hive and me, because one thing is for sure, in the new year, 2020, we're here now, we're going to be continuing with our Transatlantic live streams, so that isn't going anywhere.
Right.
And we've probably done a lot more than we originally thought we was going to do anyway. So that's good, isn't it?
It's not a bad thing.
Decode 666 says he wants to rack up 1,000+ hours on Witcher 3. Simple as that. Now, Witcher 3, I've seen adverts for that. This is some new fantasy program, isn't it? With starring Henry Cavill from Superman. So I hear it's actually quite good. I haven't spoken to anyone who's watched it that didn't like it. So tell us a little bit about that, Deco. What's your thing on that? Are you liking it? Is Henry Cavill good in it? I know he seems to swear a lot, that's for sure, from what I'm seeing on the memes and things. So that's quite funny. Garligate says in the chat, it says, I would like my New Year resolution to be buying less Lego. Oh, good luck with that. And start attacking the backlog and only buy it when it really is in the sale. Yeah, I got to say, I mean, we've just come, all of us have just come through the sales, Christmas, and now we're here. So we're on that kind of like dip of emotion. And on that dip of emotion, it's kind of, I think it's made worse and heightened by the fact that there's now loads of brand new sets out there. So
I've got to be patient with some of this stuff.
Yeah, I think you have to be patient for economical reasons and stuff like that. I bought a couple of sets that I want to play around with in terms of doing reviews, because obviously we haven't done that many reviews. We've done one review in the whole of 2019. Bearing in mind we've only been going for like 5-6 months. We did one review, and that was for the Lego Christmas Advent calendar. So that was quite fun to do, and with that you kind of learn the process of doing reviews and stuff like that. And
right,
and that was quite good. That was quite good fun. Paul did a great job editing that, and we got that out. It was quite sort of, probably near the back end of December, so we were a bit late to it. It was something like the 22nd of December. But do you know what? I was just pleased to have done it, and it's had a fair amount of views. But yeah, reviews is something I want to get better at, and obviously the more you do of those things, the better you get. And I like your reviews, Brandon. I know you're shying away from them a little bit.
Actually, I was almost thinking of maybe just melding them into my speed builds, because I kind of review them in my speed builds anyways. Like you said in the beginning, I kind of give a quick rundown. And then most of the time when I do the speed builds, I'll at least flash like a couple important items like the set number, the price, the piece count. I don't know. I'm not saying I'm going to give them up. And obviously in a way I'm doing reviews on other things that aren't necessarily like sets, like, when I do like city updates or like placement stuff or, I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I'm kind of waiting to see how, in the analytics, how everything comes out. Like I said, I got some new stuff I'm going to do that I'm very curious how it's going to go. So we shall see about that.
Well, I mean, look at us all here at the moment now. I mean, it's 2020. Copper's very much with us, and we're still here.
We're
still streaming.
The sky hasn't fallen yet.
We're still chatting with everybody. And it's a privilege to not only do this, but to have all you people watching us as well. So, I never take anything for granted. So yeah, thank you very much. But yeah.
Dude, there's so many stickers in this set.
Yeah, it shows. Let's put you on full screen and let's have a look at that. Let's have a look at those stickers again, my friend. Oh yeah, that is nice, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a cool taxi though, man.
Oh yeah, that is nice.
Yeah. It's not a 2-seater though.
No, definitely not. You wouldn't want Uber to pull up in one of those, would you?
Right.
Well, saying that though, I was on. We was away in Croatia, and I'm not joking. We had like, a tiny little car pulled up for us, an Uber, and it was massive. We just about to get our suitcases in it. It was a huge little car. Right. Let's take a look. So, Lego Maniac says, Garlicade should set more attainable goals. How about only buying 2 sets for every one you build? If Jacob can do it last year, I can do it this year. Lego Maniac, only on my birthday or good gift with purchase sets, maybe. Okay. I haven't seen Brick Bakery's update. I know he sent an update out in the last day or so. So if anyone's seen that, Garlic, you've probably seen it, or Lego Maniac, let us know what his update's about. Is he continuing, or is he? I know he's done a website as well, and he's throwing more stuff like that. So that's quite cool. It says Decode 66. The show was great. They adapted the stories from the Witcher books. Witcher 3 is one of my favorite video games. Yeah, Paul's really into that as well, actually. If you like dark fantasy, Slavic folklore, go for anything Witcher related. Okay, that's cool. I'll look out for that. And I'm sure Paul's probably watching it as well, actually. So yeah, I'll get some feedback on him and what he feels and thinks about that. Nice set is that. So yeah, so today, Chef T, I'm building the 1989 Batmobile, and Brandon is building a big Lego set. What's that one particular one called?
The donut shop opening.
Yeah, let's put you on full screen. Look at that. That is a big set. How many? So 790 pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah, wicked.
Yeah, man. How many? Let's see. I think, what is that? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 minifigures.
Yeah, that's cool. Very nice.
Yeah, got a lot of cool accessories.
You certainly have.
And that donut, I gotta give it to him. That donut's a print.
Yeah. Right. Right. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So I'll tell you one other thing I'm looking to do on the channel as well, because I want to do. Obviously, I want to keep our Transatlantic live streams going, and absolutely want to do my ones with Paul, because I really do enjoy those, the double bubbles. But I'm thinking of doing one where I kind of go at it myself, and then I just get other guests on, a bit like what you do on a Sunday morning, Brandon. So what I'm thinking of doing is doing a stream, calling it something like Hop On, Hop Off, and it's just for people who's around, want to chat, talk about just doing what we're doing really, and then I'll just get like a whole number of people in.
Yeah.
So yeah, Hop On, Hop Off is kind of like the name of it I'm looking at the moment, and we get a lot of buses going across, obviously London Bridge, and on a lot of those buses are hop on, hop off buses. So it's kind of like the idea in that, with people joining the stream and being in the chat and stuff like that, so coming in and out of it. So
no, you definitely should. I mean, yeah, your double bubble stuff is great, and then yeah, we got the Transatlantic thing. But you know, the thing about, like, I don't know, streaming is I don't know. See, I think I know why a lot of people, for the most part, they'll either stream most of the time and not really make necessarily like normal videos, kind of. And then there are people that make normal videos and they don't really stream a lot, because it's kind of difficult trying to balance both of them. Like, okay, we have our Transatlantic thing, and then I have my Good Morning Brick World thing. So those are two solid things that I don't break away from.
Yeah.
So all of the Hive streams are just random. I can't, set those in stone with anything. But it's difficult, because you still need to have a life outside of all this, and then you're live streaming, and then when you make videos, you got to edit and all this and that. So it's difficult, but it is nice to have your own thing to just do whatever you want whenever you want. Even if it's like all right, my Sunday mornings, so far they've all been roughly about 2.5, 3 hours or so. But I mean, it's not like anything that's set in stone. I've never said like, yeah, the time frame is this to this. That's just the exact time. It's if I can only do it for an hour that day, I just let everybody know, I mean, but it's good to just have something to where you don't have to rely on anybody's opinion or time frame or schedule.
Yeah, I want to do something that's it's a variant of what you do, and it just seems like a nice thing to do. I do one with Paul. I mean, if Paul wanted to do one by himself, he can, and that's good because it brings in a bit of flexibility. But I'm sort of thinking about doing it at, say, 5 o'clock on a Sunday evening, that sort of thing. So it's kind of the end of the week, end of the weekend, and going with that. So.
And now I've got this weekly thing that I'm going to do, and that's taking a little bit used to.
Is this vlogging?
I guess, yeah. I guess that's what you call it. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I don't know the exact Webster's dictionary definition of vlogging, but I'm basically just capturing multiple things, just multiple random things throughout the week, and then I'll edit it and then put it out like Friday or Saturday or something like that. But I wanted to just kind of experiment with something different because it's not really anything Lego related. It's just, like when we went out to the mall or, I don't know, like when I got these Funko Pops delivered to me, that's not like a necessarily like Lego review thing. It's just something I'll have in there. Like when I installed the Ring camera on the side of the house, just this random stuff, just these little clippets of things. When I had my camera out earlier in the beginning of the stream, I was filming us doing the live stream.
Yeah,
so that's something I'll throw in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but it's gonna be really interesting because I'm really gonna be exposing myself. Like I'm not gonna obviously give anything too personal away. But everybody's going to get to see, like, in my life, like, what I do almost kind of on a daily basis thing, like my house. They'll see, like, I'm a diabetic, so you'll see, like, the medication that I got to take and stuff like that. Just, like, really random stuff. I'm very interested to see how it'll do. And if it doesn't do good, then, I'll just stop doing it.
I think it's good to experiment, though, mate.
Yeah.
Definitely. Right, let's do some building. What's going on in the chat then? What have we got there then? So, what do we got here? It says the show was great. GT, nice B. What's that? Lego Maniac, mostly about how to communicate with him and no comments on videos, and that he's running out of childhood sets to review, so he has to do something new. Oh, right, okay. I hope he's not going too new. This is Lego Maniac.
What are we talking about?
Yeah, Lego Maniacs chatting in the chat about there's a guy called Brick Bakery does a really good live stream on a Friday night here in Europe, and he's done a video in the last day or so about what he's going to be doing and stuff like that. So I need to watch that. So gotta get Denster goes on to say I still not watch Jacob update yet. She's been busy cooking for the new year. Lego Maniac in stream sightseeing and Chef T's saying he likes listening to us as well whilst he's at work. It's good to have you here, mate. Really do appreciate you. Lego Maniac, no, just more Lego videos or other things. What about you, Lego Maniac? Are you? I know you do a lot of speed builds and you do some really clever stuff with those mystery boxes. Are you going to sort of continue doing stuff like that? Because I think that's really, really good stuff. Yeah, do you know what? The thing was, Lego Maniac, I was going to be doing it on my iPad, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to try using the new app that they've got. So Lego have got this new buildable instructions app, which is probably great most of the time. But with the Batmobile, it takes you about 10 minutes to scroll down to the page that you're at. And I was using it earlier on, and I've just gone back to it, and you can't bookmark where you was or anything like that. So that's definitely some feedback I'm going to be giving them. So I can't use that. So I've been trying to style this out to put my instruction manual somewhere. But obviously you found me out. So 10 out of 10 for observation there, Lego Maniac. Let's get some parts done. Yeah, I think this will probably be the last stream I do with this particular set. I think it's something else I've got that I will be coming up in the coming months, and that's a kind of resurrection of old sets. So I bought something like Jabba's Palace recently, and what I want to do with that, it's about 90% there, and it's just come along in like a cardboard box, and I kind of want to resurrect it and just put it.
I saw Jabba's Hut on sale. I think it might have been the Lego Marketplace or something like that. It was out of the box and it didn't have the minifigures, but it was a pretty decent price for just the building, the set, the structure.
Yeah,
I've always liked that style of it.
Yeah, I mean they look great. So I like all that. I like all the sets that are in Tatooine, and of course the very last place that we see on the Rise of Skywalker is Tatooine. So that's always going to be a bit of a thing, I reckon.
Yeah, I suppose so. I don't know. Yeah, that was kind of weird to me too, but I understand it. The symbolism behind it and everything. It made sense.
I don't get quite why they went back to Tatooine though. I got no idea why she decided.
Yeah, I try not to, because I'm always afraid I'm just gonna be negative, man, about stuff. But like I said, man, there's just so much stuff that doesn't make any sense. Like Tatooine. Luke hated it there, and Leia had nothing to do with it. So
no, exactly. I suppose you couldn't go back to Leia's planet because that blown up, didn't it? So
I mean, and honestly, unless Luke had talked about it with her, I don't even know how she knew about it.
Yeah, I mean, Luke was there as a ghost, I suppose. So,
but I digress.
But overall, though, did you like the film? Did you think they should have gone in a slightly different direction?
I mean, I enjoyed watching the film. But here's the thing. Yeah, they did a lot of stuff wrong, and they made it even more confusing, in my opinion. And the shift between The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker is just astronomical. So when I was watching it, of course, look, it looks beautiful, and the story as a whole, and I got emotional and teary-eyed at the end and stuff. But yeah, like so much happens so fast that you don't have time to really digest and think about everything. Yeah. And that's what happened. And then like later on, the more and more I started thinking about stuff, the more and more I'm like, yeah, what the heck, man? And the biggest thing for me, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things, man. Everything from the Knights of Ren to whatever Finn was going to tell her, to this, to that, to this. I mean, there's so many things, but the biggest thing is Palpatine. Like, what? Like, it doesn't, like, so, yeah. I mean, overall it was okay.
See, I liked Palpatine being back. The only problem with that wish, and I talked to Paul about this. I mean,
I enjoyed Palpatine, don't get me wrong.
But the problem with having Palpatine back is that it makes Vader's sacrifice worthless. And that's the point. That's the problem with that.
And also, who's this? What? I guess he could just live forever? Because even when she kills him or whatever, like, I guess he's just gonna come back.
Well, I mean, you sort of see him disintegrate, so I hope not.
Yeah, but I thought he disintegrated when he hit the, fell down that shaft in the Death Star.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't show it, but I mean, I don't know. It's so weird, man. I mean, the least they could have done was explain something, like show me a flashback or something. You know what I mean?
They did do quite a lot of exposition at the beginning of it. There was like, oh, we're doing this, and then we're going to do that, and then we're going to do this, and then we're going to do that, and
I think what happened was JJ had a set vision when he did The Force Awakens, because I love The Force Awakens. I think he had a set vision of what he wanted to do. Then Ryan Johnson got in there and just threw away all that and did what he wanted. And now that JJ's back, he's trying to do what he can. I guess just cram 2 movies into one or something. Like, I don't know. A lot of it really just seemed like bad writing, and you just were pulling a lot of crap out of your ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And again, I'm not trying to be negative because I did enjoy the movie. It's just like, I don't get it, man. I don't get why they made some of the decisions they did and didn't explain anything. I mean, yeah, I don't know. It just is so weird. But I like I said, I think that they just were rushed. They just kind of did what they did. And I mean, and one of the biggest things, honestly, that I was thinking about last night is I feel bad for Luke Skywalker, because I get the movie was not just about him. Like, I get that, you know what I mean? And I wouldn't have wanted to be just about him. But I think that he was a major he should have been a major more focus on it, because just it's the Skywalker saga in general. But he was in The Force Awakens for like the last 3 minutes, and then he never even left the island in The Last Jedi. And then we just see him for a minute or two as a Force ghost. You know what I mean? So it's like,
Did you not feel that he redeemed himself?
Yeah, I think that JJ kind of spit in Ryan Johnson's face with a couple things as far as Luke went. But like, and then there was another thing. Like, how did Kylo Ren get off the Death Star thing? You know what I mean?
He flew there on a TIE fighter.
Yeah, but Rey took his TIE fighter.
No, he found another one.
Oh, okay.
That raises an interesting point as well, because when he landed, you didn't see him land, but when he landed, the TIE fighter was, the wings were like this. They were kind of like that when it landed, albeit they go right down. So
right.
Let me bring this up so here. So the TIE fighter, when it landed on the Rise of Skywalker, it was like the wings were like that. Yeah, in the Mandalorian, when that TIE fighter landed, the wings kind of folded like that, didn't they? They kind of went like this.
That was actually concept art for The Force Awakens as well. But yeah, so, and that was another thing too, like that whole knife thing, the Sith knife. Like, I don't know, just I'll just be quiet now. Like I said, man, I didn't hate it. I can't wait to watch it again. We're gonna go back in the theater and see it again. Yeah, it's just a lot of stuff. It's just, I don't get it.
I mean, to be fair, I enjoyed it second time round even more. But
I'm sure I probably will too.
I enjoyed the film, but yeah, it's just some of the way they approached it was kind of differently to maybe how I would have done it. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, and like, some people can look past a lot of that stuff. You know what I mean? I don't know. My brain starts thinking about it, and then I just can't stop, and I'm like, Because, like I said, man, I mean, some stuff obviously you're not going to get all the information for, and I get that because you got to move the plot and story along. But other things really, really deserve some sort of explanation. I just, I don't know. But it is what it is. I'm very interested to see what the future of Star Wars will be like.
Well, this is the funny thing, you see, because we haven't got a Star Wars film now, I don't think, for another 2 years.
I'm also curious to see what Lego sets will come out in the future now that the original saga, has come to an end.
Yeah.
Bye, Chef.
Yeah, Chef T's off. Chef, thanks for coming by. Really good to see you, mate. Oh, it's really nice. I love it when people come by.
I'm gonna go refill my coffee. I'll be right back.
Okay, my friend. Let's go full screen. Boom. So the issue I've got with this is two things. One, I've got a space here that's probably about, I don't know, 80 centimeters by about 60 centimeters. And the problem is the car practically fills the whole thing up. So I've got to kind of maneuver. So I've got all my pieces here. I've got the instructions just there. I've just about managed to sort of style something out to be able to do that. But I was hoping to get something out on my iPad. But Lego, if you happen to ever be watching this, your Lego building instructions app is really good. The only thing is you can't bookmark as to where you were on it. So can you please add that as a feature? I'd love that. Gargad says, okay, I've not seen it, but okay to talk away. Watching TV and the blogger said as well. Yeah. So, Garlic, what are you looking forward to from Ninjago? You've got loads of Ninjago stuff, and I know you're really into that. And Lego City. Is there any particular? You mentioned like the burger being a really good one that you wanted, the burger monster truck. But what other things are you looking out for and interested in? And does Star Wars actually interest you at all, anyway, or anything like that? So let us know. And also as well, if you've got any questions for us, please feel free to fire some questions my way. Happy to answer anything you want, within reason, of course. So, I'll tell you what I did get recently, which is quite cool. A friend of mine gave me a 35-litre box of Legos like that by, well, a couple of feet tall. It was like a couple of feet square. Huge, great big box of Lego. So I've been sorting that out, and yeah, I've got some really nice pieces. So if anyone out there is interested, please do follow Brick Hive and myself up on Instagram and Twitter. It's probably the best place to find out our latest news and things like that. So please do follow us both on that. Let's put some details up there so you can see it all there. Yeah, details of those are in the description below. Lego Maniac says in the chat, it says, I would really like another building and expand the Ninjago City and docks. So Lego Maniac, my Christmas present from my good wife this year was the Ninjago Lego City set. I couldn't get the docks. I think the docks had sold out, and I'd probably run out of money by that point as well. But I know that set kind of complemented that set as well. But do you think that they'll bring out something big as well like that? Because the sets that they've brought out now this year, they're kind of going to this digital sort of neon kind of feel and look. So I'll be interested to see what happens with Ninjago this year. But is there a thing every year that they come out with a particular large Lego Ninjago City set, or is that just something that was just ad hoc and because of the movie? Ninjago, by the way, is something I do want to learn a lot more about. I've got the new Ninjago book, so I'm interested to see what that's all about as well when I get around to reading it. I buy all these. I don't know about you guys out there, but I buy these Lego books and I love them to bits and they look fantastic. But I never seem to get time around to actually reading them, which I must put a bit more effort in. So there we go. There's a New Year's year Lego resolution for you. So Lego Maniac says they could make that into a yearly add-on, just like the UCS or Winter Village and modulars. Yeah. So am I right in saying that the modular sets that come out, is it every year, sort of January the 1st? It's a thing that they do, that they bring these modulars out? Because I'm kind of still relatively new in my Lego Lego journey, especially online and doing stuff like this. So I'm interested to know. I know one thing. I'm going to the London AFOL soon, and I know their first one this year, which is in a couple of weeks, will be regarding the new modular building. So I'm looking forward to doing that. I'm going to go there, take my camera, maybe do a bit of filming, a few photographs and stuff like that, and kind of immerse myself in it as well. So we have Mr. Brookhive. He is back. Welcome back. I'll tell you what, I actually fancy a coffee as well. What coffee do you go for? Anyway, are you a Starbucks man or Nero's? What's your brand of coffee do you go for?
I mean, if I go out for coffee, I will either just get coffee from the gas station, or if I treat myself, I'll get some from Dunkin' Donuts. I'll get like an iced coffee, from Dunkin' Donuts. But yeah, I don't ever drink Starbucks. I've tried it before, and I don't even like it. So
it's very creamy, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not really picky, too picky when it comes to coffee, as long as I got some creamer to put on it.
All right. So comments. Garlic says in the comments, she goes, not really into Star Wars. Oh, I didn't see that. So Garlic says, did anyone see David Beckham get Lego for Christmas as well? Oh, actually, no, I think I did. I heard about it. I just haven't seen it.
What did he get?
Yeah, well, do you know who David Beckham is?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. So what I did see recently, and this is something I'm sure you've probably seen, was I saw there was something doing the rounds on Facebook the other day. It was some wrestlers. I think they're WWF wrestlers. Anyway, so they're messing around, play acting, fighting, wrestling, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Anyway, this guy's throwing this guy around, and this guy picks up this chap and he's holding him. And I think his mate then gets a sack out, and then inside this sack is a whole load of Lego. Anyway, so he kind of throws the Lego on the floor and then throws the guy over the Lego. I thought, well, that's a maneuver I've never seen before.
Yeah, so that would hurt. Yeah, I'm curious to what Lego sets David Beckham got.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and did he go for any of the promos as well? That's interesting. So Garligad's asking, are you going to join Kaz, like Greg? That would be fun. So Garlic, I've actually met Kaz a couple of times, quite by accident. And it was simply at the London AFOL one. So yeah, if Kaz is going to be there, I'll definitely join in. And one of my things I want to do this year, Brandon, is go more often, because I only went a few times last year to some of the lugs and stuff like that, and I kind of want to immerse myself in and meet more people and stuff like that. So, and go to some conventions and shows. So that's definitely something that I do want to do.
Yeah, there's a lug around me as well. I just I don't know. I haven't really done anything with it yet. But there's a toy store that I go to that they have some stuff displayed there that they've made. Some good stuff. Very talented guys.
Yeah, it's funny. I suppose really because because you do a YouTube channel, I suppose a lot of people would expect you to do that sort of thing all the time. But it's just one of those things, isn't it? It's just a time thing sometimes, I suppose. But
yeah, I mean, it really is. If for people that don't make YouTube channels or at least even put anything on a regular basis, I mean, it's very time consuming.
Yeah.
And again, like I was saying earlier, you try to balance your life outside of this. It could be difficult sometimes.
How do you do that? How do you ensure that you make time for other things? Do you kind of decide that you want to work way into the evening and do your stuff? How do you do it? Because I do say I do struggle with that, and I'm quite lucky in the sense that I've got Paul helping me as well. So I know Paul struggles with for getting stuff out because of his other commitments outside of work and outside of this as well. Because I do see this as almost another kind of job, but I also love it as well because it's a hobby and I meet great people.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a labor of love, if that makes sense.
No, it definitely makes sense.
Yeah. So,
well, I mean, you know, my daughter, she's living out in Colorado with her mom right now, so that makes it a little bit easier because I don't have, you know, I'm not tied down to stuff that, you know, with her as well now. So I just have more free time. And you know, I don't know, you just got to kind of plan stuff out the best you can. Like, you know, my wife knows that every Sunday morning I do my Good Morning Brick World. So so she's already, you know, she's quite aware that that's just something that's planned, you know. Now I've told her that I can rearrange time frames and stuff like that, or if there's an emergency or some big plans, you know, I can cancel or postpone or whatever.
yeah.
But yeah, so there's a couple things that, you know, she just understands that are in a certain time frame, sort of like a job. And I don't know, just other stuff. Generally, the worst times I don't really do anything is from like 6 to 9 or so, because that's like usually when we're making dinner and this and that. Yeah, I don't know. You just gotta do the best you can, I guess.
Yeah, and I suppose, and how do you deal with like the pressures of wanting to get stuff out? You know, something new comes out, you have to have purchased it. How do you
Well,
get
when I first started the channel for the first few months, it was I'd constantly be worried that I'd run out of something to review or whatever, because obviously, you know, Legos aren't cheap. And this was before I had my room done and everything, so I didn't really have the city to kind of fall back on either. But I kind of got through all that, and now, I mean, I have almost more content than I can handle. Like I've for like the past week, I've probably had like maybe I've got like 10 different videos that I need to like I are ready for me either to edit, film, or put out. There's just too much. There's a lot of stuff, but I've had to be patient, you know, because obviously you don't want to put everything on at once. So you know, I don't know. It's definitely a juggling act. I mean, it would be a lot easier if I didn't have my normal job.
Do you know what? I could. I mean, the thing is, you need your job to pay for the Lego.
Yeah.
But I could absolutely fulfill my day all day just doing this sort of thing.
Yeah.
Quite comfortably.
Yeah, I mean, it would be pretty cool. I still, even if I get to the point where I'm making like even decent money, like even good money or something, even if I was making more money than when I make it my job, I still would be too scared to, you know, give up my job.
Well, you could always go part-time or something like that. But I know you're doing really well at the moment with the subscribers, and anyone out there who's new, please do subscribe to Brick Hive and our good sales as well, if you happen to like what you're seeing here. But you've got to have a lot of subscribers to make money.
Yeah, that's something that I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's definitely a long haul. And, you know, it's weird because I was totally misunderstood in the beginning. Oh, hi, Lego Legend. Happy New Year. He says, did you guys set your channel as kids or adults? I don't have nothing on mine set as kid friendly or made for children.
Yeah, no, same here. I've set my channel to there's a setting in it. It's weird. They need this setting that kind of hits in between. And my one, the setting that we have, well, at least this live stream anyway, is set to specifically not for kids, and that's it. So
you got the age restriction thing on there.
Yeah, but
that's kind of like the 18 or older thing, right?
Yeah, but I don't think I set that. I think I set mine to not specifically for kids. So that in my interpretation of that is that if kids want to watch it, they can. But really, if you are under the age of 13, we're not designed that this isn't necessarily here for you. But if you happen to be watching, then fair enough. But our target audience is ages 13 and above. And I'm sort of targeting people around our sort of age. I don't think myself as being of a particular age or anything like that. But I certainly don't target kids. So that's
well, I mean, and the way I've looked at it is, and some people haven't quite liked my my stance on it. But so I'm not going to mess around with the FTC. That's obviously something I'm not going to mess around with. But now that I've learned a lot of the stuff that's gone on over the last month or so, I'm not really worried about them. Just because of just the stuff that I've heard all these different lawyers and stuff talk about. But the main thing for me is, and I've told, all of my younger viewers, like, I don't care what your age is, as long as if you're under 13, you have your parents' permission to be on here. Because I've said it before and I'll say it again. It is not mine. It is not yours. It is not YouTube's responsibility to babysit people's children. If you don't want your child on YouTube, block it on their phone or their tablet.
Yeah, I agree. Our audience, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, our audience is for people that are ages 15 and upwards, 16 upwards, that sort of thing. A more mature thing. Someone swore it wouldn't be the absolute end of the world, but overall, it's just family-friendly sort of stuff, and that's mainly for sort of.
That's the thing too. Is like this didn't even happen because of some notorious or nefarious like thing, like some child predator thing or something like that. It happened because of data mining. And honestly, I don't care about data mining, because that's the other thing I've said before is like, it's all it does is it targets what you like. So it knows what advertisements to put out. It's not taking your personal information, like, your address or something like that. It's just saying, okay, they like to watch Lego, so let's put Lego ads in front of them. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just the whole thing. Again, it's just another thing where, and God, I can't even believe I'm saying this because it's not really my stance to but I don't know. It seems like the government's basically trying to tell people how to raise their kids and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just, again, it's like anything else. You know what I mean? You don't. I don't know, man. It's like going to a movie theater. You know what I mean? Like a kid could pay for a movie ticket, and instead of walking into the PG movie, they're gonna walk into the R-rated movie. You know what I mean? So if that happens, what are you gonna do? You gonna sue the movie theater for $170 million? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Just weird.
Well, the thing is as well, I'll say this. I've seen the new Star Wars film 3 times now.
Yeah.
I gotta say, Brandon, the amount of times I've been in there and there's kids in there that are way under the age of, say, 8 is unreal. And I sort of think, well, it's just one of those things. I mean, there is regulation there, and I do believe regulation is a key thing. And I work in my job is very much regulated, but it's regulated in a very mature way, and a lot of this is just YouTube's knee-jerk reaction to things. But
yeah,
what I will say is that since all this kind of kicked off, because it all went a bit crazy, didn't it? Because it wasn't handled particularly well. It does seem to be a little bit more relaxation on the whole thing. And I wouldn't say relaxation. That's probably the wrong word. I would say it's just a little bit more. They've been more reflective. They've thrown it out there. They've kind of seen what a kerfuffle the whole thing is going to sort of turn into. And
I mean, YouTube handled it badly. And I get everybody was worried at first. You know what I mean? I think definitely a lot of people overreacted. And I don't mean by like being mad because I put out a rant video, but I just mean like freaking out that you're gonna lose everything or you want to shut your channel down or whatever. But again, like I said, I kind of understand people were worried and everything, but YouTube handled it badly, and they were, and the FTC was pretty vague about stuff in the beginning. But now, like I said, that time has gone by. It seems very obvious they're more interested in like stuff that's very obviously directed towards like little kids, and they're not marking it made for kids, or like things like Ryan's channel or whatever it is, Ryan's World. You know what I mean? Stuff like that, man. Those are the people that are gonna be like really getting hit because they're the ones that make a lot of money.
Yeah, I mean, And that's the thing. There is going to be them, and I can, a lot of people say Jang overreacted and stuff like that. Well, Jang just reacted in the way that Jang reacted, and he's trying to be informative and stuff like that. And he's got a lot more pending on what the changes are than say you and I.
Yeah, and I don't blame Jang at all, man. Look, Jang presented it very thoughtfully, very intelligently, but he never said it was like the golden rule or his word was truth or nothing like that. You take it as it is, and if you're gonna take his word and run with it, that's on you. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't work for the FTC. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't work for YouTube, but he did. I mean, yeah. When he put out his video and everything he said was true, it wasn't like he was lying about anything. But yeah, I mean, I was, like, holy crap. But yeah, I don't know, man. I just think too many people don't take responsibility for their actions. They just want to point their fingers at other people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
it's not just like Lego YouTubers. It's other toy things, and that's fair enough. But it's people that do video games, people that
I mean,
films.
We were only like a small percentage of what everybody was worried about. Because there's toy reviews. I mean, not just like we do Lego, you know what I mean, but like toy reviews, game reviews, movie reviews, like all the people that talk about Star Wars and Marvel movies and stuff like that. And a lot of them, like, they straight up, like, it's very adult content, like just the language and everything. It's good content, but it's definitely not for kids. But it's about Star Wars or Marvel movies or whatever, you know what I mean? The people that have animation in their video. I mean, there was pretty much there was like, it seemed like there was very little things that you could, the way the vagueness of it was, it seemed like there was very little things that,
and that's the problem,
you could make without getting hit.
Yeah, and it's not necessarily down to the law. It's down to how YouTube governs the creators. And if you don't give anyone any constraints, everyone's just going to run wild and do whatever. So you need that governance in there, and that's what YouTube lacks. Anyway,
now I know a lot of people have already had it with YouTube anyway, so
yeah, and I'm really, and I don't want people to leave YouTube and stuff like that, and I think that'll be a while before that happens. But anyway, let's see what's going on the chat. So sorry, I got my brother. If my brother's at the moment, he's trying to call me on WhatsApp. He's about 5 hours down the road from you.
Okay. Is that the one in Boston?
Yeah. Yeah, I should get him on. Really, I should say, hey, you're live on YouTube.
But I don't know how your brother is. I don't know if he'd want to be put on the spot or anything.
Yeah, you're live on YouTube. Please don't swear or shout or do anything. He's phoning me up probably to wish me
I think that his Patriots lost the other day. Anybody in the comments who've been watching football, let me know. But I'm pretty sure the Patriots lost to somebody the other day. I know the Ravens have been doing really good. But
yeah, if anything, he should be watching me. Anyway, I've just messaged him back. So what do we got? So let's see what people are saying in the chat. It says, dum dum dum. Oh, we've got loads of chat. Robin's here. Hi, Robin. Good.
Oh, hi, Robin.
My friend.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too, Robin. Good to see you here, my friend. And thanks as well for all your feedback as well, Robin, throughout last year. I do take your comments on board as much as I do with Lego Maniac as well. So I'm always trying to switch things around and stuff like that. But also, the one thing I do love about Robin is he's an ardent follower on Instagram as well. So I do appreciate that. So cheers to everyone, and anyone who's just joined the stream. Happy New Year to you, and bless you for being here as well. We really appreciate it. So back to the chat. Let's see what people are saying. Hi Robin Hole. Brick Studio, how's it all going still? Yeah, it's all going good. Good to have you here, Brick Studio. Thank you for coming by. I really appreciate you being here. Garligate asks, how the new year going for Robin Hole? Any resolutions you're making? Yeah, Robin, let us know what resolutions you have, and are you doing anything new on your channel as well? Always like your content, my friend. And if anyone here is watching, please do check out everyone's channels. Brick Hives, of course. If you've not subscribed to anyone, please do subscribe to anyone that's around here. We always advocate that to everybody. We're all good peeps here. Robin Holger's gotta get you, says Lego Legend, laugh out loud. Lego Maniac, Robin Hole, hey friend, he's here. Yeah, because we're all buddies. And like I say, Brandon, on Brick Bakery over on a Friday night, there's a sort of similar circle of friends that sort of pop by, which is always nice.
Okay.
Lego Legends asks, has anyone seen the new Star Wars movie? Well, Brandon certainly has, and I've only managed to see it three times. Luckily, my wife only had to come along once with that, so that was quite cool. Brick Studio says, I have 4 Lego sets I have to build, but I do want to have my Lego pieces to know how much I have and how much total my Lego pieces collection is worth so far. Okay, that's interesting, Brick Studio. So you do that. It's actually a very good, interesting question. So over the course of the last few days, I've kind of been working things through in this kind of in my studio environment and in around the house in general, and what I do and how I store things and things like that. So things around here at the moment may look a little bit more bland than they usually are. There's not too much going on here, and I always have something going on there. Yoda's still over there, and I've changed the lamp around and stuff like that. And here on this side here, maybe one day I'll do a studio tour, Brandon, because that seems to be a bit of a thing.
I've been thinking about it too. I just need to clean up first.
Yeah. Well, over here, roughly 50 by 50, I've got 20 shelves, and they're all sort of cube shelves, everything like that. So I've been rearranging all the sets on there and making space for more stuff. I've got something like 30 odd brick heads that I dusted the other day, and stuff like that just takes forever. It really does take forever. Anyway, you got to do it because it's Lego and it gets dusty and stuff like that. And as much as I love those trans clear covers that you get on the Lego for Lego sets, I mean they look brilliant. But my God, if I bought them for every set that I've got, I'd have to be a millionaire or win the lottery. But yeah, so I've rearranged all that and just doing things in such a way that I can turn things around. I'm also quite into Star Trek as well, so I've got all these sort of Star Trek ships and models of those that I've swapped around as well. If anyone's interested, I can always grab one and just show it up on the camera. But yeah, so, and all that takes time, magazines and stuff like that. The LBB News will either be out later on tonight or first thing tomorrow morning, so do please watch out for that. But what I was sad to hear, Brandon, is this here. So I read this magazine. I don't know, is anyone else? Yeah, Robin, do you read it? They're actually finishing now. Brick Fanatics will continue in some way, shape, or form because they're really good for news as well. But they are stopping the magazine. So so that begs me a couple of questions. One, I want to start reading another magazine. So can please anyone recommend a magazine out there? Robin, you're pretty up on your literature and stuff like that. What do you read any magazines at all or anything like that? Or you, Gallagher? So yes, I've been rearranging stuff, and that takes hours, Brandon. Literally hours moving stuff around, repackaging stuff. But of course, with all that, you then got to catalogue all the stuff that you've got. So, question to you is, I do apologise for taking forever to get to this point. Do you or do you not catalogue everything that you own in the world in this wibbly wobbly world of Lego?
No, I don't. But I really should. I really should.
I know it's so hard.
Well, I mean, I've talked to my wife about this a couple of times. I mean, and not to sound pessimistic or anything, because I'm even though I can complain and rant about stuff, I'm an optimistic person. But I have diabetes, and for a long time I didn't take care of myself, so I've done like some damage. Not to say like I'm gonna die right now or anything, but I've told my wife if something were to happen to me, like this is an immense collection of Lego, and I want her to be able to sell really most of it. I know her and my daughter would probably keep a couple things as sentimental value, but But yeah, so cataloging it would make it a lot easier. Because she won't have any idea unless she goes through everything, set by set, like how much stuff would be worth, or unless she literally already paid for it.
I tell you what,
she has.
I mean, I'm not joking. Robin, actually, I'm glad you're here because I got something quite cool. So I do catalog all my stuff. I really do. And the only thing I don't catalog, and I did start doing this back in the day, was catalog all my actual Lego pieces that I owned. But boy, that just takes ages. But I do like to catalog all the minifigures that I've got. So
I don't think I would enjoy it at all. It does not seem like anything that I would enjoy doing. Even Lego, I still would probably not enjoy it.
I got to say, it is a bit of an ache to do it, but I am kind of glad I do it, because when I buy and sell stuff, I kind of want to keep a note of what I bought, how much I paid for it, and how much I sold it for, and things like that. Because some sets I buy, and they're an investment,
I'm hoping that eventually just an app will come out that I can just take a picture of everything and it just automatically pop up what it is and all that.
But yeah, while Robin's here, I wanted to mention something. So my friend of mine gave me this 35-litre box of Lego, and inside that box I got some really old instructions from like the late 70s, early 80s. So I think what I'm going to do is build some of those sets anyway. So while I'm doing this, and I just sorted through a few this morning, my wife says to me, she goes, "Oh, I used to have some Lego sets when I was little." I said, "Really?" So I said, "Okay." I said, "Well, where are they?" sort of thing. And she said, "Oh, they're at my parents' house." Anyway, so yeah, one thing needs to know: the parents bring them over, and they're in this old shoebox.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, but wow. So she gives me this shoebox. She says, "Oh, these are the sets that I used to have," and stuff like that. Well, the first thing she pulls out is a classic Spaceman in perfect condition. And I was like, "Oh my God, that is fantastic."
I didn't even know what to say, man.
Yeah,
I was like, what the?
And I'm looking for a couple of other bits, and this is the bit that's going to interest Robin. There's some Fabuland in there. So my wife in her set has some Fabuland stuff. And I said to her, I said, "Oh, can I categorize this and catalog it?" And she says, "No, that's my Lego." So you won't share it with me. But what I'm going to do is I literally just looked, I just flipped the lid, had a look inside. I was like, "Oh, wow, this is incredible. These are great." But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do like a video, I think, of just kind of showing me opening it and kind of getting almost a reaction video. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And seeing if I can understand what's in it and all this sort of stuff. But some of it is Fabuland. So I just literally looked down and I saw a few bits and I was like, "Oh, wow, Robin would be really interested in this." So what I'll do is I'll just do a video, pick all the bits out, show what I've got, and then that'll be that. So Robin, if you're interested in it, my friend, let me know. But I'll be I might need to pick your brains when it comes to what Fabuland figures that she's got. I mean, one had like a monkey head on it, the other one had like a sheep's head on it. And anyway, like I said, it's all very classic Lego, and it'll be something that I'll film in the near future for you. So, Brandon, over to the chat. Let's take a look and see what's going on over here. There's plenty of chatting going on here. So, Brick Studio, Robin. Lego, a couple of weeks ago, I catalogued all my loose Lego parts. Lego the Maniac, you are a legend. But I want to know, though, how long did that take you to do? Brick Studio says, "Yeah, it's a lot of work, but cataloging, it would help to understand how many pieces I have for a certain thing." Yeah, that's true. But Brick Studio, are you literally categorizing every Lego piece you've got? Or are you putting it away in such a way that it's kind of easy for you to count it up? So let us know how you are categorizing it. How can I put it, Brandon? How granular you're going into it? So Robin says he catalogs it all. Lego the Maniac says, "Now, when I buy new loose parts, I add the purchase list parts to my catalog." Okay, that's cool. Lego Legend says, "I catalog all my sets, but that's it. Not my magazines or posters, just the sets." Yeah, I do that, Lego Legend, definitely. God again says, "Wow, okay." Lego Lemaniac goes on to say, I need to count up all my Lego loose parts ever again. Yeah, it'd be a nightmare to lose count on that, Brandon. Lego Legend says, I'm using it right now. Robin Hull says, oh, Lego Legend says you can use Brickset. Yeah, Paul uses Brickset to catalog all his stuff. I just use good old Excel and put my stuff into that. Brick Studio says, wish Brickset let you add up your pieces also. Yeah, that would be quite useful. And they probably could do it. Actually, anyone out there who reads Brickset and stuff like that, I certainly do. It's kind of one of my go-to places, as well as some other websites that I use as well. But there's a video that's just come out from Beyond the Brick, and they go behind the scenes at Brickset. So definitely worth doing that, because the guy that's there kind of shows you what he's more into, which is techniques. Obviously, he's got hundreds of sets, but it's a really good behind the scenes thing. And I don't know if it's a thing, Brandon, with Lego peeps, but I've noticed a lot of people doing sort of studios. Like there's a few people out there that have been doing it over the last couple of weeks, and sort of behind the scenes. I don't know if that is a thing that people generally do this time of year. You
mean like behind the scenes part?
Yeah. Is that a thing do this time of year, or is that just?
I mean, nothing that really sticks out to me. Now, you talking about like the whole thing about behind the scenes, or just like little clips of stuff, or?
Yeah, they just start show behind the scenes, what how they set things up, what their collection is, how they catalog stuff in their various shelves and stuff like that. What sets they put out, what sets they keep, what ones that they kind of turn over or break down. And their storage solutions as well, which is always a thing, the storage of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't know anything that really sticks out, but yeah, I mean, I do see them. And they're interesting. No doubt about that.
Yeah, going back to the chat, Lego says, I wish I was that good at making mocks. Some people can make some amazing Star Wars mocks. Yeah. Lego Legend, I don't know if you saw earlier on, but we was looking at some mocks of the Raven crest from The Mandalorian, and my good colleague here on the right of your screen is considering making a mock of the Raven crest. So let's talk about mocks. Who here in the chat does mocks? Brandon, when it comes to doing the mock of the Raven crest, what's your approach? How will you do it? Will you just kind of do it using your hands and just sort of molding it together, or will you use something like a Brick Studio or something like that?
No, I'm just gonna get a bunch of pictures, different angles and interior shots and stuff, and just go at it. I'll start with the frame. And one of the things I'm sure, because this is going to be a whole new thing. I mean, I've never done this before, but so one thing I'll have to do is have a minifigure always kind of close by, because again, I want to make it minifigure scale. So as I'm slowly building the frame, I got to make sure if I need to make it taller or wider, or I think once I get the frame part done, I'm not saying it's going to be easy after that. I just think it'll be a little easier. At least I'll have the skeleton, the frame, the framework. So that way I can kind of build around that. But that's, to me, probably going to be the most challenging part, is just getting the accurate size right. Because even if it's minifigure scale, I mean, it's a decent sized ship, but it's not huge. It's not like the Millennium Falcon or anything. You know what I mean?
No, it's not at all. It's it's over 2 levels, I'd say it was, and it's got a small cockpit. It's got an area where he keeps his weapons. I personally, I think it's quite an easy design. And if this is their perfect opportunity to do Baby Yoda and the Mandalorian as well in one set. And also what I think they should do as well, and this is the cool thing with the Mandalorian, they can do multiple versions of the Mandalorian, because his armor's always changing.
Yeah. So I mean, if I have no doubts, I'm almost positive they will make a Razor crest. I don't know how big or whatever. But like I was saying earlier, it's just unless it's an Ultimate Collector Series Razor Crest, I'm gonna want to build my own, and I just don't see them doing an Ultimate set for that. I could be totally wrong, but I don't know. I just don't see that happening. Actually, I'm very curious to what Ultimate set will come out this year.
Oh yeah, that's always an exciting period of time. So here's a good thing then. So we're talking of Star Wars and stuff like that. What Ultima's UCS set would we like to see out there from Star Wars this year? I mean, I think straight off the bat for me, Brandon, it would be an A-wing, because it would be the A-wing. That's not necessarily what I would want, but it would kind of make sense because it then completes the ships and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a good one. I don't know. I guess I'd really have to kind of think about it, because I do want something a little different. And A-wing's a good one because they haven't done one yet. But I don't know. I mean, obviously, I like the Razor Crest, but it's something different. Yeah, I'd have to really kind of think about it.
Okay, well, that's interesting. So anyway, Gate asked us the question: are you both getting the new modular bookshop as well?
Yes.
What's your thoughts on that? Because you are between the two of us, Brandon. You are what I would call the modular man. So what's your thoughts on the new modular set? And more importantly, will you be buying it?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to get it. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
There's a couple different things I really like a lot about it. I like that the house or condo, I guess maybe a townhouse you call it. I like how it's got a basement. I think that's really awesome. I love the birch trees in front of the bookstore. I think there's some pretty cool prints. I'm pretty sure they're prints. But yeah, overall, I think it's a good looking set. I like. I don't know. I mean, it's not the best. It's not my favorite, but I do like it a lot. I don't know when I'm going to get it, but I'll definitely be getting it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to be taking a closer look at it soon, Carla, because in a couple of weeks or so, I'm going to be popping to the London AFOLs, and they're doing an evening of modulars. Is that something you ever go to, Robin? Do you ever go to the London AFOLs? I know Kaz does, and I think they're going to have like about several sets of that in stock. But I tell you what, while we're here and we're talking about it, why don't we take a look at it? Because I think it's called the Bookshop, isn't it?
Either bookshop or bookstore. I can't remember. One of the bookshop. Yep.
All right, let's take a look. So it's Creator Bookshop, bookstore, bookshop. Maybe it's bookstore in America, but bookshop here. So let's take a look at the facts. The facts is, so it's for ages 16 plus. So that's probably not necessarily a bad thing, because these are, there's a lot of parts on this, because you've got 2,504 pieces, which is about 1,200 points. So what's that? £15 in actually it's not there. 800 points is £5. So that's £5, £7.50. So get £7.50 off. I don't know. It's nice looking. Let's take a closer look at that. Oh, I tell you what is something I like. I don't know if it's there. You got a little bird there. So those leaves on the tree, I think, are sustainable plastics made with their new resin. Looking down there, you got the guy reading the Moby Dick book, which is obviously a classic. Oh no, it's not Moby Dick, it's Moby Brick. That is a good touch. I'm liking that. The Moby
yeah, right.
That is very cool. I'm liking that. Got a guy there wearing a shirt. I've got a shirt that's just like that, actually.
Oh, and I like this is how the stairs curve in the front of the house like that.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
The wrought iron's nice as well. We got that there. That's looking nice.
Nice teal blue color going on there.
Yeah, I'm liking the effect on the outside of that, using the good old snot effect.
Yeah,
very Mary Poppins
effect.
have a look down here. Let us know, guys, in the chat what you think about it. I mean, to look at, I think it looks beautiful. I haven't actually got. I have got a modular set. 'Cause I've got the Ninjago City set, which is
That's a great set.
Yeah, I'm so chuffed that I got that. So let's take a look inside. Let's look at that. There's that curved staircase you was talking about. The steps going into the house. Leaves outside. Looks nice. Yeah, looks good. Looks really nice. Let's have a look on the inside. We've got a fire there. Did you ever tune into YouTube's the Lego YouTube showing the log fire? I thought that was fun. Well, that was fun. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Look, we've got it's quite cool. I'm liking the scarf. Yeah, it's a nice. I think it's a nice scene. There's nothing like. We've got a toy aeroplane in it as well. I think I've seen a picture of that being stuck in a tree, and then we've got someone kind of modeling it, looking for a part by the looks of it. They probably lost like a one by one stud or something like that. I'm probably thinking, no, I haven't left it under there, or maybe she's looking for a mobile phone. Who knows? But yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it. I think they're a really pleasant set. I've never bought a modular, so I won't be straight off the bat, Garligate. No, I won't be buying one myself. But that's not to say later on down the line, when there's a promo or a sale or something like that, I might get it. I don't know. It depends how well it goes down. But there's some classic ones out there. So let's take a look back at the chat and see what people are saying down there. Let's go. Okay, Mrs. H wants it. Oh, okay. So Robin says his other half is after getting that modular set as well. Let's go down here. I loved it as well, but I'd wait to get it on double VIP points. Yeah, I'm the same guy again. I think double VIP points is quite important. So at least that would be what, £15 you'd get back on that. Garligan says, I love the Victorian house next door. It's very nice. It is. I think it's lovely. It's really nice architecture, what they've done there. Robin Hole says, Garligan reminds me of San Francisco. Yeah, does it remind you a little bit of San Francisco, that particular module set? What do you think, Brandon?
What's that?
Does that modular set, does that remind you a little bit of San Francisco? I guess the some of the sort of squared off architecture on the roof is very similar.
Yeah, it does.
Robin says it's good value for £150. Yeah, 2,500 odd parts. Yeah, definitely is 2,600 odd parts. It really is worth it. And that's what I like about the new set coming out for the Chinese New Year celebrations as well. It's good bang for buck. It's as simple as that, really. You're getting a lot of Lego for a high price. But it's like this Batmobile. This Batmobile is like, was it 3,500? And it was like £220, which is a lot of money, don't get me wrong, but you are getting a lot of Lego for that. Robin says, I'm looking forward to, oh, well, I've missed you, I've lost you there. Something about Sesame Street. I think Sesame Street was one of the Lego ideas.
Yeah, I can't remember what happened with that. But I definitely wanted it.
I think they're still being checked out, actually, by that. Who have we got in the house? We've got Paul Claydon in the house. Paul Claydon says, glad to be here watching the builds. Good to have you here, Paul. Welcome aboard, my friend. Paul is actually, for those that don't know, my brother-in-law. So it's great to have you here, Paul. Welcome to the stream. Paul, the last I heard, West Ham were winning. So if you get an opportunity to give me an update on the scores at the moment in the Premier League, I'd be really grateful. Brick Hut says Happy New Year to everyone. Yeah, and Happy New Year to all the people that have joined us now. We've got 10 watching us at the moment. Happy New Year to everybody. Lego just says thank you, Mama Bricks. Happy New Year. Mama Bricks. Welcome along, Mama Bricks. Good to have you here. I don't think you've been to one of our streams before. It's great to have you here, as always, with everybody. Happy New Year to everybody.
Yeah, Paul, I don't know if I'm familiar with Paul. Paul, you got a channel? Like, you got like any videos? You want subscribers or anything?
I think Paul watches stuff on YouTube. He's actually he's my brother-in-law.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's a top guy. We spent Christmas together, and Paul, it was a really good day. Hopefully I didn't embarrass you too much. And apparently West Ham are winning 4-0. Oh wow, that's brilliant. So David Moyles seems to be doing. So Brandon, what's happened with West Ham recently? Mine and Paul's team is
what's happened with what?
West Ham. West Ham recently have sacked their manager because we've been going on a run of bad losses, and we've signed this new manager, and this is his first game in charge. So he seems to be doing really well for us.
Oh well, that's good. I mean, I haven't been keeping up with much of anything lately. Like even stuff over here. Man, I hate it when pieces get stuck. Oh, there it goes.
Let's have a look, see how your build's coming along. Show us one of the vehicles that you've made.
Yeah, I just finished the TV van, so that's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, that is nice.
Yeah, I like the little radar dish on the top, and then these back doors open up, and it's got a well, they're supposed to open up. Yeah, it's got like little computer screens, and stuff in there.
Oh, that's really nice. I like that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. Definitely.
It's really detailed.
I'm sorry?
I said it's really detailed.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you saw the taxi, and then the first thing I made was this police bike, this police motorcycle.
Oh yeah, that's funky. I like that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Yep, I think I'm getting ready to start on one of the buildings. I think it's a toy store.
Yeah, so what the building? Show us the box again, Brick Hive. Let's have a look. Let's put you on. So the box for that is huge. So what have we got here? We've got a big lorry.
What I think I'm ready to start on is the toy store.
Ah, nice. Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah, I like this this truck too.
It looks pretty cool.
Crane on it and everything. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I got certainly two things that we're going to be doing loads more on in the new year is Lego City and Ninjago. I've got literally a mountain of sets ready and waiting to build. So
yeah, that backlog can fill up pretty quick sometimes. Lego Legend says, looks like you got a lot of Lego in the background, Brick Hive. I do. I mean, back here is the city. I mean, you can see part of it, right here. But behind me is the city. All this stuff is just, I don't know, just random stuff kind of sitting around right now. I don't have a place yet to put the Batmobile. So it's been kind of hanging out right here. Other things I'm getting ready to kind of incorporate back into the city. I'm just trying to make space and get stuff together. Like I got this lighthouse that's going to go in the ocean area. Then I got like this bike shop that came with one of the city sets that I modified. A lot. And then you can see the stuff on the shelves. It's just, there's like, I got stuff everywhere, man. But yeah, I took down part of this. You can probably see it if I move the camera a little bit. So this right here, this white board is curved. Like, I don't know if I can show it. All right, so you can see that. All right, so this is where my display area is, where I film a lot of stuff. Now I had two curved boards right here, but just so that way I had plenty of room when I was filming stuff. But I've run out of room for the city, and shelves, and so now I'm going to buy a couple shelves and put them on this wall And I'm pretty sure, unless I figure something else out, I'm pretty sure that I'm going to take this side of the table and make it part of the city. I'm not sure like if I'll build a bridge right here or something, but I don't have. I have a section that will be for the ocean beach area. I got a special table I got to build for it. But yeah, everything else, the only other option I have is just when I put something new in, I'll have to take something out.
And what are you going to do with the sets that you take out? What are you going to do with them? Are you going to break them down and put?
You mean like if I take some out of the city?
Yeah.
Well, if possible, and for a while I should be able to do it, is put them on shelves. I will run out of shelf space. I have no doubts about that. But I mean, at least for a while, I should be able to put them periodically on some shelves to display them. And yeah, I don't know. Like for instance, like the old modulars. I got the old firehouse, the building, and but I've got another like a newer firehouse that I'm going to be modifying probably. So I don't know. I might take the old one, put it on a shelf for a while, and then just put it back in the box and just save it.
Gala's asking you. She's saying, "What about multiple levels, Brandon? How about doing multiple levels in your city? Is that a possibility?"
It's a possibility, and I'm not saying it won't happen, but if it does, it'd be a long time. That's a project and a half. Yeah, I mean, because you would have to build. I imagine, just at least from what I've seen, you'd have to build like platforms. So you can have the city, because I'm assuming you mean like subway systems and stuff, which are really cool. But yeah, I don't know. There's so many other things that I have in front as far as the city goes. The first thing is getting the ocean beach area together.
Yeah.
And I got to buy a lot of pieces to finish the sidewalks and the street lamps. And then once I get to a point of where I'm comfortable and the city's pretty full and there's not really much to do unless I want to go further with it, I think that's when I'll start putting lights in it, lighting up street posts and putting lights in buildings and stuff like that.
Wow. So the process of creating your Lego city, then, it's never ending. I mean, where did you start? Where did you start with it? I mean, you've got modules in your city.
Yeah, well, I remember I had no clue about the city at first. Like when I got out of the dark ages, got back into Lego, like I said, it was Star Wars ships and stuff, and like slowly, like my wife would buy me a set here and there, and then I just started really getting into it. But I started watching videos of people that had cities, and it just blew my mind. So I knew I had to start making cities. And I bought myself like a modular building. I can't remember which one I had gotten first. I think it might have been the Parisian restaurant. It might have been the detective's office. But most of the modulars, the old modulars, especially the really expensive ones that are retired and stuff, like my wife had bought me for Christmas or birthday or something like that. But yeah, that's where I started at first. Was a few buildings. But what I didn't realize was the extra stuff that's added cost, like base plates and stuff. I mean, I've got like 30, 40 base plates in my city, and you guys know how much base plates cost.
They're expensive.
So that's that, you know what I mean? And then when I got all this, the 2x4 smooth gray tiles and stuff or whatever for sidewalks, like that costs money. And then I don't know, just one thing after another. But I don't know, I'm happy with it. And yeah, it's a never-ending process. But
yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. So does that technically make you the mayor of your town?
Yeah. I mean, the creator, I guess. Yeah, I call the shots. So.
So Garlegate still in the house collecting bricks. He's asking how much are you guys going to be streaming? So that's a good question. Actually, we haven't actually even spoken about that. How long are you good for?
I don't know. Depends on if I'm going to eat on the stream.
So should we say, I don't know, another 20 minutes and then take it from there?
I think that would be good. I think 2:30 would be a good. I would wait, not 2:30. Yeah.
2:30.
See, it's messed up because we started at noon, so
yeah,
it's like 2 hours and 9 minutes, but that's literally like 2 o'clock, like 2:09. You know what I mean?
that's cool. So we'll keep going for another 20 minutes or so, my friends. So yeah.
Did I already ask you, Greg, what you were doing tonight? Like what your plans were?
What my plans are tonight?
Yeah. Chilling.
Yeah. To be honest, I'm gonna I'll finish this bag off. I might even do a few more. Who knows? The problem is I love Lego building, but there's definitely I notice when you host them, I can build a lot more. And when the roles are reversed and I'm hosting, because you want to do stuff like talk to people on the chat, talk loads to you anyway.
Yeah.
I can talk non-stop about it. But yeah, I've got to be honest. For the rest of the evening, I'm going to be doing that, and then I'm going to be sorting out loads of stuff and things. Because, like I say, I've got 35 liters of Lego. I'm not necessarily cataloging it, but I am sort of categorizing it, and that
right.
It's one of those things. You like you'll be doing it, and 2 hours have passed, and you're like, I've not done anything. So it's a bit like that. How about you? What are your plans for the rest of the day?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming I'll be doing some Lego building myself. I just don't know the time frame of everything. Like I said, as soon as we get off here, I'm going to eat some food. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. I really need to kind of go through my laptop. I got to take a lot of footage and stuff and put it on my external hard drive thing. That's what I noticed about doing this weekly vlog thing is, like I said, I use my phone for almost everything. So I'm getting all these like snippets here and there, but it's like starting to fill up my memory. Because I probably got like 20 or so snippets of video now to go through and edit. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'll make another video. There's tons of content I need to get out.
Yeah.
I'm also on video number 96 or 97, so I'm almost to my 100th video now.
Yeah, I mean, you've done a lot of videos. I mean, I think your video content is probably double what ours is.
Well, I mean, obviously, I don't know, man. I do a lot, like quickly.
Yeah, but it's good content though. I always like because what did you do the other day? You did that one where you spoke about what I sent you over for Christmas. Which, by the way, I have got a package, and it looks like it's come from you.
Oh, so, did you? I was wondering how long it would take.
Yeah, I got it. I got it yesterday, it was yesterday, and I'll do a video on that as well. That's to say thank you for the content. Yeah. I'll probably do a wee build on it as well. That's the thing. I don't know about you, but whenever it comes to doing builds and stuff like that, I'm kind of loath to not film it. I kind of want to film everything I do, which is probably why doing a vlog would probably be something that would work for us. But I think doing a vlog, we'd probably come to doing something like that maybe in a few months' time or something like that, or I'll see how you do it and learn from you as well. Because sometimes you can't. The thing with being a creator, and I don't know if you have this issue as well, is just getting your ideas out and pinning it down and doing it when you've got the sort of the stuff that you regularly do and keeping the lights on. It's almost a bit like doing your day-to-day stuff for the channel, but also doing almost like sort of project work where you try new stuff out, because the whole process of doing having a YouTube channel is quite a progressive kind of thing, isn't it? Because you're kind of testing the waters with certain elements.
Well, and when I first started the YouTube channel, I watched a lot of creators and advice, that give a lot of advice on how to grow and this and that. And three things that always kind of stuck out to me was, obviously, just putting out content. they always said just, the more content you put out, the better your chances are, you know what I mean? Obviously, yeah, you want to make sure it's a balance. You don't want to just put out crap all the time. But yeah, I try and in the beginning, I was at least trying to do like one a week, but now, yeah, obviously, especially with like Good Morning Brick World, I'm averaging at least 2 or 3 a week without really too much of an issue. But then the thumbnails was another big thing that they talked about. You want to have like, kind of catchy, good looking thumbnails that grab people's attention. But yeah, and I guess the third one could be varied a little bit, but I guess it has really more to do with what I just said. Actually, just the content that you put out. I don't know. It's a weird balance between trying to put out stuff that you really enjoy and trying to put out stuff that other people enjoy. Because yeah, in the beginning, I didn't really think too much about it.
So you kind of developed things as you go along.
Yeah, and things just kind of evolved. But the thing I knew that I wanted to do was have at least a schedule for some things. I wanted to make sure that there was at least one day a week people knew that they could find something of mine. And obviously that's Sunday mornings. Now, I think this weekly vlog thing I do, if that does good, if people enjoy it and I keep doing that, that'll probably be something else that sticks out. That'll be, easily the same day of the week. But yeah, I don't know. I just thought that was kind of important.
Yeah. Well, are you kind of doing that as well as doing the normal content that you're doing, or are you?
You mean like speed build and stuff? Other stuff. Yeah, it's completely random. And it's because I can't make a solid schedule for everything, because between work and again balancing life, spending time with Donnelly and stuff. I can't set some things in stone. For like more days of the week, at least for right now. I always think about, and obviously it's still a long ways away. I'm older, but I'm not that old. But I always think about like if I get to a point where I could retire, you know what I mean? Like I would have so much time to just put to the channel. Because I couldn't imagine, man. Like I said, if I wasn't working, like if I just had all my time to pour into the channel, man, it'd be amazing, I'd probably have a video out every day, honestly.
Yeah, I think that Greg on Brickitech, he's pretty much full-time YouTuber, isn't he?
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Like I was saying, I'd be scared, even if I was making better money than I make at my job, to just leave my job and rely on this. You saw what happened when the whole copper thing first started up. And I get it. Like a lot of people would be scared if this was their livelihood. But I do understand also and look, I don't say this in spite or anything, but the bigger you are, I think the easier it gets to have content, because you can actually, if you want, you can have it as your job, so you can do it full time. But I also noticed, and it seems like more are popping up to where if you're big enough, Lego's just giving you sets.
Yeah.
And that's, again, I'm not, and I know how I sound. I'm not upset about it or anything, but that is some serious competition, man. When somebody comes out with a Lego set almost a month before it's even released, you're not gonna beat that. You're not gonna get a first review about that. And I'm not even talking like just so somebody, just like literally Lego just sending you stuff. So like I said, it's cool if Lego would send me sets, I'd be okay with it.
Well, the thing is, looking from a business point of view, Lego will only send sets to people that are part of their ambassador convention, and I suppose you have to have something at least 10,000 subscribers.
And I get why Lego would do it as well, kind of. It's not like nobody knows about Lego.
Yeah.
I don't know how much the reviews from Lego YouTubers are going to sway customers.
Oh, I don't know. I find them quite influential, so on that sort of thing.
Don't get me wrong. I find them informative.
Yeah.
I just don't know if it's going to sway whether or not I'm going to buy something or not. But that's just me.
Yeah, I think though. I mean, definitely, I would love it if Lego sent us free stuff to try and things like that.
Right.
You know what? I even think something like a poly bag or something like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something, and I'm sure sort of Lego sort of notice things and things like that, or maybe even an affiliation or something like that, which is something actually we are pursuing with someone at the moment. But I can talk about that another time. But there is that kind of way of doing it. But also, it's just a case of those channels have had to work hard to get to where they're at. And like, it doesn't happen overnight or anything like that. So you got to keep plugging away, build your subs, and you're doing really well. You've got over 251 subs now. I mean, we're around the area of, I think we're approaching 230. So I'm really pleased about that. So at the end of the day, my friends, you've got to kind of pat yourself on the back and say, where you are now is really good. You're definitely ahead of the curve, and I think it's a really proactive thing that you're looking to diversify and try different things out, which is, what I think is important, to be different. And by the way,
I'm very happy with how things have been going.
Yeah, and you should be, because you're doing some really good stuff, and you're definitely being noticed because look at us now, we're doing our thing. I know you, and I'm thousands of miles away from you. So Bricks in Lithuania is in the house. Welcome, Bricks in Lithuania. Welcome. He says, Happy New Year, Brick Hive.
Yes, Happy New Year.
Brick Studio says he's at 245 subscribers.
Nice.
Lego Legend 223. I think you're on exactly the same number as us. And Bricks in Lithuania says he's on 75 subs. And you know what? I got to be honest, Bricks in Lithuania, back in the day, when we first started our channel, I said by Christmas time, if we had 100 subs, I'd be really happy at that. And we've got double that, so I'm more than happy. That's the thing that kind of grounds me and reaffirms what we got. Lego Legend says 460. Wow, you're doing really well, Lego Legend. That definitely 500 is the next milestone that we need.
Yeah, that's my milestone. That's when I do my giveaway too. Is at 500.
No, Lego Legend says we're 223, which we are. Yeah, so 223. So 230 is our next sort of thing, but 250 is our halfway to our next milestone, which will be 500. Actually, I'm interested to know. So Brick Studios, Lego Legend, and Bricks in Lithuania. What sort of things are you guys looking to change up, maybe on your channels for 2020?
Yeah, I'm curious what they have to say about that too.
Yeah, what are you guys going to be doing? You're going to do more live streams? You're going to diversify in what themes you do? You're going to maybe go into mocks? Brandon, for us, I think the one thing that does differentiate us from other channels, a lot of other channels, in fact, is the LBB news.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
It's a good news resource of highlights of what has happened in the last month, and so I'm always quite proud of that. That is a good piece of work, and sometimes it's hard to get hold of material of things, videos and photos and stuff like that. But on the whole, there is a lot of news in Lego. There's always something happening, so it's something I'm always. It's something we do that's different that I'm very proud of.
Yeah, I mean, there's different things that always kind of stands out for me with your guys' channel. I know I've said it multiple times before, and I can't explain it. I guess it's just maybe in my head, my perception, but like you guys are such a clean cut, like organized channel. You know what I mean? I don't know. I can't explain it, man, but it's just, there's something very nice and organized and kind of comfortable about your guys' content. I just think everything's pretty crisp looking. I think you guys put a lot of time and care into what you put out. You know, I don't think you guys put out stuff that you don't like or you're not happy with. And you can tell it shows, man. I mean,
yeah, we do that. We've got the LBB news coming out, like I say, soon, and that goes through about 3 iterations before we're happy with the end product.
And see, and that's the thing too. Like, I've told many people like about the LBB news is, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of news programs for Lego and stuff, and I like most of them. It's just your guys stand out because it's a little more in depth. It covers more than just a quick couple things. I mean, it kind of just takes like the news for the month, like you guys do, and put it into almost like a story format where you tell it all in a very good way. It's still factual. It's just you guys present it in a very entertaining way, I guess. You know what I mean? It's easy to watch.
Yeah, I mean that's really nice feedback because Paul does a brilliant job of doing the editing. I write it all, and the nice thing about doing it at the end of the month is that if a story breaks quite early in the month, especially the first 2 weeks, by the end of the month, that story has kind of traveled a little bit.
Right.
And instead of just sort of breaking the news and saying, oh, this has happened, and boom, we can actually say, well, this happened then, and then this occurred. And then as a result of that, this happened. So you kind of get the bigger picture on everything.
Right. And you brought stuff up also that I didn't even know about. I mean, especially if it's stuff that goes on over there. We don't generally hear about everything, you know, obviously. I mean, but, and you know, another thing too, Greg, is you have a good voice, man. You know what I mean? You know, it's you have a nice voice to listen to. So it's, you know.
Oh, that's really nice to know because I think people as a rule kind of sound different to what they kind of conceive that they say. Certainly, people that, you know, you get people that can, they say they can sing, and then when you hear their voice, you're kind of like, no, not really.
Well, it seemed like I noticed, and I've tried to fix it, but I've kind of accepted it now. It's just the way I talk for the most part, unless I'm on a roll, like I've got something really fast to spit out. But I say like 50 times in all my videos, and I know a lot of people can look past it. A lot of people, it doesn't bother them, you know, but it bothers me when I watch it. But you don't have that, you know what I mean? Like, you're very clear, you know, and I know you guys script a lot of your news as well. I mean, but it still doesn't change the fact that, you know, you're not, that at least you even know how to read right. You know what I mean? Like, like you can read in a nice way.
The style in which I kind of try and do it, and Paul's really good at emphasizing particular things as well, is when I try and do it so that you could, if you wanted to, just listen to it in the background.
Yes.
And that's why we kind of have very, very low in the background. We have music. So when I'm sort of taking a breath or something like that, the music is kind of there, just kind of a bit of a heartbeat, I would say, to the LBB news. And yeah, I do tell it as a story because I think, especially, there seems to be a bit of a movement at the moment in the corporate world where people are going back to listening to people doing stories. So it's almost like we're moving away from presentations, and some of those can be, God, they can be dire. But going back to stories and people telling stories, and people like being told stories. I think is a very thing. You know, we go and watch films. Well, that's just another way of telling a story. People like reading books. That's just another way of telling a story. You know?
Right.
We listen to gossip at work. It's another story. You know, so it's there. We've just kind of, I don't know, we just don't call it that anymore. But so I'm kind of trying to infuse that a little bit into it. So if anyone's interested, the LBB news will be out either later on tonight or tomorrow. We're just doing some last minute editing on it and things like that. And also as well, the last one we did, we kind of, you know, learning from the mistakes and stuff like that is something that we did. We did the really long LBB news. It was like an hour and 7 minutes long. I remember you mentioning on it that it was quite long, and it was quite long. It was something like, God, it was nearly 12,000 words long. It was humongous, like it was a dissertation. And but it was too much news. It was almost like what we did. We covered all our news, which was about half an hour. But then what I did, I made the mistake, and I say it was a mistake. It wasn't like a massive mistake. It's just something I wouldn't do again. We covered all the new releases, and there was just too many. So we could have done that as a breaking news feature, as opposed to, we threw it in there. So we won't be doing that. And I think something around the 18 minutes to 22 minutes is about is a nice time for people to kind of watch the news and hold their attention to. So we try and mix it up a little bit, especially with the Lego ideas.
Hey, I just noticed in the chat, Bricks in Lithuania, your videos aren't boring. So yeah, don't feel like that. Your videos are definitely not boring. And look, that stuff like this takes time to get good at. Just like with anything else, it takes practice. Like for me, for instance, when I first started doing this, I didn't even like really getting on camera. Like I was just really nervous, and I've noticed over time, and I'm still nervous sometimes, but over time, I'm getting more and more comfortable, and I can feel more comfortable. Yeah, like I just said, I don't know, it gets easier. And then like what we've been talking about, like evolving the channel, figuring out what works, what doesn't, what people like, what they don't, what we like, what we don't. Because obviously, if we hate doing a certain thing, even if somebody likes it, I probably wouldn't do it if I hate it. I mean, if I didn't really like it that much and you guys liked it, I'd still do it. But if it's just something that made me miserable, I wouldn't want to do it. So it just takes time. But definitely don't beat yourself up about it. You got a good channel, and this stuff takes time.
Yeah, no, it definitely does.
Bye, Lego Legend. Yeah, you're probably gone.
No.
I hate it when I do that, man. I miss somebody.
That's the thing. We go on a bit of a crawl talking about things and stuff like that, and sometimes we miss things.
But it happens. Everybody's understanding. They know in a chat. You know what I mean? Like the streams, time moves, and it's hard to keep up with everything. So yeah.
And about every 10 minutes, I'm sort of averaging one brick addition to it all. So,
say what?
I said I'm averaging about every 10 minutes. I'm putting one brick on this on this set. But you mentioned, Brandon, that you had, and a couple of people have mentioned it in the chat, that you had trouble with the central turbine. What was that?
The central turbine?
Yeah, the bit that runs down by.
It was for the gears that pop the Gatling guns up. I had something in the wrong place somewhere, and I was dumb and didn't test it before I kept going forward. And then I got the whole thing built, and the guns wouldn't pop out.
Oh, you know what? I have had a couple of people say that.
I thought it was going to be much, much worse. I mean, it still took me about an hour and a half to get it fixed because I had to take the whole front. Well, not the whole front. Yeah, almost the whole front of the Batmobile off.
Okay, let's do that.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
So, how's that?
Yep, you're good. You're good. I really wish I would have done that, what you're doing right now. Oh, man, I was a hot little potato, Greg.
Yeah, well, for anyone who's not seen this set being made, I mean, it's giant. It's massive, this set. I mean, look, there's my arm, and it's as long as my arm.
Dude, I love it. I love it.
It's heavy.
Like, look, if I had the Ultimate Collector Millennium Falcon, I think that would probably be my favorite Lego set ever, but I don't have it. So it's the Batmobile.
Yeah. Well, like I said a little bit earlier, I got asked by Brick Fans magazine to sort of nominate some of my favorite sets of the year, and the Batmobile was my favorite one of the year, simply because it's beautiful.
Anybody that watched my videos know how much I like the thing.
Yeah, I saw you stroking it and holding it like a baby.
I know, right? Oh, goodness. Greg, my wife just waved to me a few minutes ago saying that our food was ready.
Okay, my friend. That sounds like a subtle call to bring the stream to a nice, relaxing end.
It was a lovely New Year's Day stream, though.
Yeah, it's brilliant. You know,
and you know what? I'm glad that the first video I got to be on this year was with you, Greg.
Ditto, my friend. So yeah, let's wind down. Thank you everyone for joining us today. Thank you, Brandon, for being here as always. We'll do another Transatlantic live stream most likely in the next few weeks. So please do follow us on Instagram and Twitter when we will broadcast and announce when our next one will be. Please do subscribe to our channels. Certainly subscribe to Brandon, who's doing very well at the moment with 250. That's a fabulous milestone to hit. So congratulations there, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you.
We hope you all had a very Merry Christmas. And of course, thank you for being here. And we wish every single one of you beautiful people out there in the chat a very happy and healthy 2020. Thanks for being here and good night.
Bye, everybody.